Hello, everybody. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Hello, everybody. There we go. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a thrice weekly campaign set in the beautiful, wonderful world of Imea. I am here with our lovely crew, the New Moon. Everybody take a look at the camera, wave, and say hi.
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 Lost you guys for a second. There you are. Cool. Awesome. So we have a lot of things to jump into tonight. I'm very excited for tonight, as I am excited for every night. But specifically, before we jump in, we have a couple things to handle up top. For those of you who have been watching for a little bit, I'm going to say everybody listen to this because at this point, we actually, I'm going to put the first things first of what we really need to talk about, which is this month, the month of October, we are celebrating Halloween by jumping into pushing Steinhardt's Guide to the Eldritch Hunt, which is a very cool gothic horror D&D 5e supplement sort of thing built on new classes, new subclasses, new feats, new spells, new enemies, a whole bunch of stuff built into this very heavy Bloodborne, Dark Souls-esque type of campaign setting, as well as sort of battle style. So if you are interested in that, we actually truly need players for that. There's not been as much of a jump on this as I would have liked, but that's okay. So I will say this for everybody who is watching this, who is interested, I will be putting a little link into our private chat to take a look at that. But for this week, for anyone who is signing up, if you say that I saw this from YouTube and or Twitch, your first game will be free. So how about that? Super easy.
Oh.
So if you're interested in just kind of dipping in, and again, this is a drop in, drop out campaign, so you can just be in there for one session if you wanted to. So hey, free game, free session, jump in, have fun. Let's play some D&D. So if you're interested in joining a couple people that are actually here that'll be playing in some of the games, so Chris and Matt, if you guys are interested in jumping in on that, please follow the link that will be including in the private chat here in a second, and make sure you let me know that you are here from YouTube or from Twitch. So thank you guys in advance for jumping into that. Again, I mean, a free game. Why not? Right? Sounds like fun. Those are going to be on Saturdays and Sundays from starting this week all the way up until most likely probably December. We're going through levels 3 through level 12. So if you have any questions on that in the meantime, feel free to let me know. As well, we also have a couple of campaigns that are going to be starting soon. Hopefully, I would say ideally would like to get at least both of them fully on track, I'd say by January. But if you're interested in joining a fourth campaign set in the beautiful, wonderful world of Imea, specifically in the southern parts, so south of South Imea, in a world that has been unexplored by all three other parties. It'll be set up into more of a like a tropical island. It's called Tales of Imea: The Isles. So it'll be very much into the nautical, possibly pirate, tropical treasure, beaches, crazy, scary monsters, all the good stuff. If you're interested in jumping in on that, please let me know. We'll include that in a separate link in the private chat as well. And then lastly, a little over a month back, we had a couple of our friends here jump into, and they're over here. These two played a very fun Candela Obscura playtest that we had designed in a homebrew setting of Massachusetts, North Shore, Massachusetts, in the turn of century, like 1901 era. For those of you who are not familiar with the Candela Obscura, that is something that is a high RP new system that has been built and designed by friends and people of Critical Role. So we held a 3-episode playtest of that, and it was pretty awesome. I thought it went really well, and we are trying now to build a full campaign into it, but we need players, so that's where you come in. So if you're interested in jumping in and or at least just checking it out, again, always feel free to ask questions, whatever. We will be including that link as well. Gang, I've been saying this for a little bit, but I'm always afraid that I missed something. So did I miss anything in that?
It's Chelsea's birthday.
It's Chelsea's birthday! Happy birthday, Chelsea! Super exciting. So, Chelsea, because it is your birthday, and who knows, this might be actually pretty dang useful today. We'll see. Please take a point of inspiration as a token of my gratitude for you being born.
Thanks.
First she gets married. First she gets married and gets inspiration.
Yep. That's what it is. Hey, big life things. Listen, if you get like a new cat or something, talk to me. Let me know. Maybe that'll be, enough. I don't know. Also in stupid announcements, I got a new chair. I got this chair for people with, if you guys didn't know, hi, I'm Joe. I have ADHD. For those of you who don't know, this is it's called a meditation chair. But it's a chair that has like this little like swivel foot thing, so I can put like one leg up, I can put another leg up. So if you see me fidgeting around, hopefully that's not distracting. It's me just keeping my body active. So,
sounds
all right. It's pretty cool. That was not a necessary announcement at all, but now you know.
You get an inspiration, Joe.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and jump into our recap of tonight. Chelsea, please take it away.
Okay, I'll do my best. So we started off with our good buddy Adeem, who is at a bar near the river. Everybody in the bar seems kind of melancholy, kind of sad. Adeem learns that a captain has recently passed, and Adeem befriends. Okay, I wrote it down, coffee like the drink, but I don't think that's correct. But that's what I'm sticking with.
What happened?
Coffee. Who did he meet?
Kofi.
Kofi. Nope, I don't know why that didn't.
I don't know why that didn't immediately ring a bell. I apologize.
Because it's extremely incorrect.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Kofi. Listen, anyway, it's your birthday. Good job.
Kofi, I'm always right. Who is, from my interpretation, he's a sailor who is taking over the ship from the captain who passed, and he wants to be a fisherman. And they chatted. And then we went over to the rest of the Yahoos. Those of us that were inside the House of Nobles speaking with Yudris. Got a little bit of information about Elian, but not a lot. Yudris was a little cagey, and seemed to be hinting at something happening where maybe she wasn't going to be executed. Maybe that's my read on it. As we were talking to her, a woman came down and spotted us. But Aaron did a cool thing using some kind of cool ability that they have where they stunned her temporarily, which allowed us to escape out of the building and slip out seemingly unseen. But not really, because then we immediately get spotted by the guards and they arrest us. Cool. We get taken back into the House of Nobles. We meet Marcus, who sucks.
For the record, they didn't arrest you, they detained you.
They detained us.
Big difference.
Marcus still sucks. And then the Lady of Griften. I wrote down the Lady of Griften dresses him down and gets us out of there. So then we chat with Lady Lavelia Barethnet. Sound familiar? Me too. Who does not know any members of Anthe's family, and Anthe's using a fake name right now. Chat up with her. She is currently the Lady of Griften, but is getting demoted, fired, because of her unwillingness to go along with the Yudris business. So she lets us go. And then as we're leaving, Bixeldan runs into Elissa, who is the younger sister of Alien. Elissa asks to return to Araskar with us, which is not really where we're going. And Vix turns Elissa invisible and smuggles her into our rooms in the well. When we return to the well, before we know that Elissa is there, we discover that Danzig is gone, has smashed through the window and vanished. And that's where we left off, trying to track down a giant dog.
Awesome. Yes. Cool. Also, Chelsea, just FYI, you've gotten a happy birthday from the chat.
Hey, thanks, pals.
Very cool. Awesome. Also, said you gladly play if the game is free. Yeah. So, if you are wanting to play a session of the Eldritch Hunt, please follow that link and join a date. And feel free to ask any questions in the meantime on there. Cool. All right. So, jumping into tonight, just kind of like building where we have left off. We are very much in the I'd say for most of us, I'd say probably a high stress level. Adeem is just kind of catching up and recognizing, all right, I'm just going along with things at this point. As you have managed to find that your dog is missing, which would be scary enough. On top of that, your dog has 3 heads, and that is scary for everyone. As this is in South Imea, there is a little bit of a tighter hold on the concept of anything that is not understood seems to be feared in a somewhat governmental fashion. There's a good chance that if Danzig is found by the wrong sources, that Danzig might be shot on the spot. Who knows? In the fear of trying to figure out where Danzig has gone, you guys are exiting the tavern called The Well and trying to follow a trail. I believe we just got to Titian, who is now... is it Titian or Grian? Who's in the lead? I think it was Titian.
I think Titian.
I think it was Titian.
I think Titian was in the lead, but I think Grian might have had a better role on the trail. Like Titian jumped out of the window.
We'll say you guys are a group. Yeah, that's not that big of a deal. So as you guys are collecting yourselves, kind of running forward, trying to follow the tracks as much as possible, you happen to see a very steep bank that leads into this river, which is where the tracks stop. We are going to take it from there as the rest of your party catches up to see what is amiss.
All right. Do the tracks lead right into the river, you said? Jim?
Right into the river. Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Just so my knowledge, is it Titian, Grian? Who else is it?
Everybody's.
I'm with you.
Everybody's here. Everybody caught up.
Okay, so even Aaron and Bixeldan?
Oh,
I
I'm so
think
sorry.
they were staying put.
I completely forgot. Yeah, guys, feel free to correct me at any point in time on that. Yes, no, Aaron and Bixel Dan are not there. They are having their own situation happen, which we'll get to in a second.
Does anybody know if a Cerberus can swim?
I mean, it's gotta be.
Oh no.
It's gotta be hard to doggy paddle when you got 3 heads. That's just gonna be like. That's not very aerodynamic, I imagine.
No. Which way is the current going?
And how deep and wide is the river?
The current itself is moving into the large river that is on the south side.
Like into the city or away from the city?
So if you guys look at the map that you have right now, the large river is the river right now that's been crossed. The well is the rather large yellow thatched roof here, and it's taken. It has gone directly west of that, into that area there. So I will say, as far as the idea of the river is flowing into the larger river that is down below, which is where Adeem spent the night. The river itself is it's not terribly deep. I would say, just judging, I'd say as Adeem, as you kind of catch up, I would say let's do this. Let's just roll a perception check. Let's say a group perception check.
I think I have advantage thanks to Aaron. Yes, I do.
I got a massive
6.
7.
Oh, you guys.
Oh my god.
6.
Okay. Thank goodness for Aaron. 18.
18. Okay. Is that everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're the only 3. 4.
All right. Titian, what'd you get?
I got a 7.
2 7s from Adeem and Titian, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. So as you guys are all looking around, this is interesting. I love this. So as you all are looking around, for various reasons, you're seeing, you're focusing very closely on the land, from the banks from either side. There is there's no sign of any like footprints on the other side from Danzig from your position. Ianthe, with an 18, you see there is a there's a spot, I think, a little bit further from the bank that you're actually able to see. I'd say we'll just put. Well, I'm trying to make this sneaky, and I don't think there's any reason to. I think you're just paying attention to things. You're noticing just a hint of like a rock on the floor of this that you presume to say that this river itself is probably no bigger than 15 feet. No deeper than 15 feet.
Okay.
The distance itself is about 50 feet.
The width or the
width? Yes. Yep.
The width. Okay. Okay, so it's not very deep.
Well, yeah, but
Probably
how tall is the Cerberus?
more, not 15 feet.
Your height, like
So-
human height.
Okay, so it's deep enough.
Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
deep enough.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
gonna go in the water.
That shouldn't be a surprise. I told you, the pond is
Yeah, I
about the
know.
size of your face now, Grian.
I'm gonna go in the water.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can see anything underwater.
So you're getting in the water?
Yeah. If it got caught on something, if it's down below.
Okay, you got it.
I'm not gonna like leave the party or anything, but I'm just gonna like go in the water and submerge.
You jump in the water. At this point, you all, I'm going to say, Ianthe, kind of carrying around that 18 perception check. You see there's an older woman Oh my gosh, hold on, guys, 1 second. Chat is freaking out. Okay. That should be the right one. Apologies, chat. It is my fault. I did send the wrong link. Let's see. What was I trying to say? Yeah, I think getting in the water, you don't really see much besides the sort of murky brown water that almost seems a little like it's trying to become swamp-like. And when you feel the current kind of going in through the going out towards the main source of the riverbank, you actually kind of feel like, looking north, you notice the river just kind of seems to keep going. So that interests you, I think, for a second. But as far as Danzig goes, no, you do not see any Danzig down below. Ianthe, with your 18 check, you do see that there is an older halfling woman that is sitting on her back porch, that is just like kind of like crocheting something, and is startled by the sound of splashing water. And she's on the other side of the bank.
Okay. Is she the only person around, or are there other, like, if I shouted, would other people hear me?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
It's a town. There's a good chance someone else is going to hear you.
You want me to go over there and ask her?
Yeah, can you go ask her if she has seen a dog running around?
Sure.
Or if she heard any splashing earlier?
I will swim across the river.
I was also... Grian, if I made you invisible, do you think you could fly up and look from up above?
I mean, I don't think I need to be invisible down here. It seemed like I'd be okay if I was flying around.
Would they be okay with you flying around? I don't know if they would think that was weird.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Grian, give me a
just in
history check.
case.
It was a question I asked, I think, ahead of time, a couple sessions ago, to be like, how racist are they? And
yeah, I remember that question. They answered with like, "There's Aarakocra and stuff like that. That's been in the area or something."
Yeah, I got a 9 on history.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll say you remember that Aarakocra being naturally winged, not by any magical means. Are seemingly probably not a big concern here. I'm just going to give it to you straight up. You're magical in your wings.
So possibly.
Your wings magically come out.
Possibly. Okay.
Maybe I should make you invisible. Just for a little bit.
Maybe just in case.
Okay. I could also turn someone into like a little bird or something.
I mean, don't you need to save that spell for when we get Danzig back?
I can maneuver it where I can do it again. It's really exhausting, but I can do it.
No, well, I'm good. I need to. I think. I think Tishian's been shouting in Orcish, so like, I think he'd be nervous to be turned into a bird because Orcish or Orc is how Slagtan trained Danzig to take commands, I believe. So it's like Tishian's shouting that, so he doesn't want to be turned into a bird necessarily. Just speaking for my character, I don't know if anyone else wants to.
I was thinking green.
Oh, sorry.
There's this bird. It's like roar. Whichever you think, I can do whatever.
So the tricky thing is, if I turn you into like a bird, it'll last longer. But I think it's you don't necessarily keep your wits about you if you turn into a bird, and I don't want you to lose focus.
How long does the invisibility last?
Not very long.
Like
Because I stupidly learned the wrong spell. 1 minute, yes.
That might be just long enough for me to go up there and do it. So.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
3.
I cast greater invisibility on Griften.
Okay.
And I'll cast fly on myself to pop my wings out. I'll fly upwards. See what I can see. Or am I talking to her?
What?
I didn't remember what we decided. Am I talking to a woman across the river? Or no, Adeem talking to a woman
Adeem
across
is.
the river.
I was thinking you can fly up and like just maybe do a quick scan and see if you can find something from a bird's eye view.
Got it. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Back in the game.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing?
I'm flying around and looking to see if I can see sign of dancing.
And I swam across.
We've kind of
speak with the woman.
Okay.
We have 2 plans in action right now.
All right. Okay. Yep. Cool. So let's we'll start with Adeem. So Adeem, as you swim across the riverbank, do you get to do you come up to land, or do you just kind of get close enough in the water? I'll say as you get closer, you notice this woman seems to kind of like pull in a little bit. She seems to be very much in the grandmotherly sort of type. You see the very wispy sort of white hair coming in, darker toned face, but I will say you see bright blue eyes.
My plan was to swim possibly, whether it's either a little up or a little downstream, wherever there's space, and not going directly towards her house. That might be more threatening.
Okay,
But
she sees you. I mean, as soon as you jumped in.
Right, and I also want to make sure that I'm not just submerging myself and going into the water like a submarine. I'm swimming more like a surface dweller, like a crawl, so she can see. Like, she sees what I'm doing. I'm not going directly towards her. I get off out of the waters onto dry land, and I approach her walking. It might seem less scary.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Very nice. So say, you said down river side. So you kind of come over to the side. You see her kind of like as you come kind of like a little bit around the corner, because the way this porch is designed, it's kind of like almost like right onto the bank of the water. You see, like, you kind of like are just carefully kind of coming around the corner to not like scare her, and you see her eyes are already on you.
That's fine. I said, "Good morning, ma'am. I hate to interrupt, but may I ask a question?"
Yeah.
And the lady I work for, and I point over to Anthony, the lady I work for, Lady Erin, she has lost her dog, and the dog is quite strong and wanders. We were wondering if you'd seen it across the riverbank, or if you'd seen it jump into the river.
I need to make a couple rolls here. We'll say low DC here to strike up a conversation, but go ahead and give me a persuasion check. We'll say
I was afraid of this.
A 19.
Okay. Awesome. So she's definitely
not that I didn't have faith in you, but that's better than I.
I've been rolling like
Adeem.
So
I was gonna say Adeem's had crazy bad rolls. So yes,
that's mostly it.
You see her. I will say this: her demeanor doesn't change towards you at all. What she does do is she goes, "Yeah, does the dog have 3 heads?"
I only know it's a dog, but I wouldn't put it past my employer. Sure, a dog with 3 heads might be the one.
When it passed by me, it had 3 heads.
And so I'm gonna put in a classic. So my bracelet is here, right, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
My bracelet's on the wrist. I'm gonna put my hands behind my back. It's classic body language for I'm not threatening. And then I bring it up so that Ianthe can hear me.
Okay.
And I just go, so you saw a dog with 3 heads go which direction? And I'm also going to make Grien available to hear it too.
Okay. Love it. Fantastic. What you hear in response is, I think your employer just made one of your other friends disappear.
This lady needs to mind her own business.
No,
I mean, you guys didn't hide it. You were just like, all right, cool. Yeah, you're invisible.
Nope.
This woman's my spirit animal. I love her. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, really? Huh. Well, I don't know. Which way did the dog go, if you don't mind me asking, ma'am?
Went back there, over near the crap. What is their last name? I don't remember. Near Lara's house.
Near Lara's house. So, and where she was pointing, was that upriver or downriver?
Upriver.
So just a little bit upriver of where I am now, right past her house. Did it go beyond the house or continue upriver?
I don't know. I didn't pay close attention to it. I just.
Oh, of course not. I'm so sorry, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time.
You got to be careful around here. You know, some people don't like magic.
Well, I'm glad that you don't seem to be one of them. You seem like a wonderful woman.
You better tell your employer.
I will. So I will walk. I will turn. I'm hoping that now Grien and Ianthe have heard that all, and I will stop using the transmission so it stops blowing, and I will start marching my happy butt to the next house upriver.
Fantastic. Cool. Yeah, there's no way you would see this. Grien, give me this is a separate perception check. I just want to see if you catch this. Give me a perception check, high DC. What is your total perception?
+4.
Ooh. Sorry. I'm anxious.
Okay. Yeah,
I
DC
judge
20.
with my +1 perception.
It's a 19.
Hmm.
So
You
I guess
don't
I'm
have
1
guidance,
point
right?
off. No.
No. Okay. You're 1 point off. So you do catch this woman and this conversation. You happen to see the woman. Actually, yeah. I mean, there's 2 other people that are looking at her. So I will give you and then that's it. This is the only. So Ianthe and Adeem, same idea. You have to roll. It's a DC 20. For Adeem, it's a DC 17. You're close.
And I'm rolling what perception you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nat 20, making it a 23.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Super fun. Cool.
I did not get that.
It makes sense. It would be weird for you guys to see it. You guys are doing something very specific. Adeem's right there, so I think that's. It was hard to catch though, because Adeem, you no longer see Grien. Grien is under the invisibility spell. What you do see is I'm just gonna give her name because I'm gonna forget at some point. But Mother Paula is her name. What's that?
Is that the halfling?
Yeah, it's the halfling. Mother Paula is actually looking as she's talking to you. She's looking in the sky, and her eyes seem to follow something.
Oh, it's following Grien. Okay. I'm going because I'm assuming that's what that is. Interesting. All right, I'm taking note.
Oh, you rolled a nat 20.
Right. And
sorry, I'm gonna give you just a little bit more than nat 20.
Okay.
It reminds you of another older citizen that you met in Mir.
who is also a halfling.
Who is also a halfling, yes.
Yes. I'm going to make a mental note of where Mother Paula lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then goes off searching for Danzig.
You got it. Awesome. Fantastic. Really, really good work, everyone. I will say, Grian, knowing specifically what to look for, go ahead and give me a separate perception check, now with advantage.
All right. With advantage, let's say, like,
Oh, I couldn't hear you. Cut out, man.
21.
21.
2-1.
Cool. Fantastic. Yeah, 21's good. With a 21, what you hear Danzig before you see him, he is a significant ways. Oh, actually, I guess not that far once you cross the bank. Oh, guys, my wife jumped into the chat and said, "Happy birthday,
Aww.
Chelsea."
Thanks, Miranda.
Thanks, honey. So yeah, so as you were crossing over, soaring up above, you hear the sound of the and you hear a woman shouting in response. This is up near the house, that from the backside, from your position of where you're actually seeing, it just looks like a rather large house, like kind of like a farmhouse sort of design. And you actually see in the far distance past the house a little bit of looks like some crops that are growing, so some like corn or whatnot.
Found food.
Do you do anything before you get closer? I'll say, so at this point you're at the back of the house. You can hear I'll say you're kind of 20 feet above even the roof of the house. So you can hear sounds. It sounds like Danzig is probably at the front of the house.
Okay, I will. I'll land. Probably.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how long it's been, but I was going to say I would have cast message because I don't need to see Grian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just in the direction.
It says you point your finger toward a creature, so I just go in the general direction.
Mm-hmm.
And just check in, like, any sign yet?
Cool.
Yeah, I've got him. Or I found him. He's in the farmhouse across the riverbank. And I'm assuming I'm getting close to a minute. So
yeah. Is there a fly speed for you?
30 feet.
No, I'd say you're about 30 seconds. So you got another 30 seconds.
Okay. I would probably just duck behind. So probably thinking I'm playing. Duck behind like a hay barrel or something. Something that I can like become uninvisible behind, so I don't like scare the shit out of whoever.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say if you want to touch down behind the house, and just be like, I'd say there's probably like a little shack right next to it. That's probably like a tool shed or something. If you wanted to stop there.
Yeah, and then I'll probably call for Danzig. Just be like, Danzig, here, boy, and like, well, obviously they can't see me, so it's like, oh, where's it coming from? But
okay,
and I'll whistle for him.
Yeah, because he can't see you, go ahead and give me an animal handling check. I'm gonna say it's a straight roll because I would have given you disadvantage.
That is a 19.
With this, sorry, I said straight roll. You're right. Cool. Wow, I also rolled high too. Okay, very cool. You hear the stop suddenly. And just as you are kind of peeking behind the shack to kind of look at the side of the house, as you look at the side of the house, actually, also you notice, I think you notice as you're waiting for Danzig, it looks like there is you notice that the house itself seems to have totally different wood for the front of it. as it looks like it looks like there was either an addition that was put on or some information that you may remember from a while back. So that's up to you whether or not Grian makes that connection. But yeah, you get to you hear Donza kind of just like you see Donza kind of like peer around the house. The first head first, then the second one, then the third on top of it. Looks around, sniffs in the ground. Doesn't see you right out the gate.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna call for him until the invisibility drops to try to come.
Okay, cool. So you're keeping the invisibility up, which makes sense on why he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Much like somebody like walking around calling, you can hear them, but you can see where they are.
But one of the heads, has see invisibility, does it not?
It doesn't. It's not a crazy range.
Okay.
So we'll say in this, once it gets to about 30 feet, I think is what we had it marked at. About 30 feet, happens to see you, and you see the head that seems to be controlling only one part starts to kind of come bounding up from the side, and the other one just kind of like drags behind. Comes up to you. What's your AC? Never mind. Roll 4.
18.
Roll to 4. So it just jumps at you, and you feel yourself. Even with a 4, you feel as the giant paws kind of jump up onto you, like Great Dane level now at this point. And actually, Great Dane, but with the I guess it would like more like Saint Bernard. I think I'm trying to think of the like bigger. I guess maybe like a king.
Great Danes come up to like my chest.
No, I know, but they're really skinny. Yeah. Like this, like.
Well, like the burliness of that, but like the tallness.
Yeah, absolutely. Like comes up right to your shoulders and kind of like tackles you, and you feel yourself kind of push back. Yes, Miranda, thank you, Mastiff. Miranda used to have a Mastiff before me. Very sad that I never met them. But ended up you end up getting pushed back in the dirt several inches. As now you are, I want to make sure that now Green is fully aware. Danzig is getting big.
Yeah.
Very quickly. But yeah, you feel that. You feel licks on your face.
just like, oh, good boy, down, boy. And I'll.
You hear the shouts start. You hear the shouts start to die. But I think I'll say because you're close enough. I think you hear the sound of a slamming door.
Message only works one way, right? Like,
do you have message?
I don't know. I anti-casted it.
You also, all of you have those stones too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
it's not just Adeem.
I'll reach down into my stone and let the three of them know. I've got him. But I could use some help. If somebody could, you guys could all make it to the shack behind the house. I think is where I am.
To the side of the house, but yeah.
To the side of the house, yeah.
As we are running, I'm going to spend my points to get a 4th level spell back.
You got it. Cool. So as you guys are running out to catch your Cerberus, we're going to zoom back into the well. Through the 2nd floor window, as we see a little 5-year-old girl, black hair, and odd like red tips. Wouldn't be odd for our day and age. We assume they just like have highlights, but that's not something that's here in this. And you see that there is a bandage wrapped around her head, very like Karate Kid style. We see a goblin and a slightly taller Azamar who is kneeling down with both of them in conversation.
Okay. Let's see.
Aaron, are you good with this? With Bixeldan kidnapping this kid?
Kidnapping.
Not really.
Let's dive into the RP, man. This is a big decision Pixel Dan made.
Yeah. I was starting to tell her we aren't necessarily going to Ariskar, but we are going north.
Okay.
I know that's where you want to go, but we just came from there, unfortunately.
You just came from Paris. You just came from Pariscar?
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
I mean, we came from nearby there.
Is everybody flying around on broomsticks?
No, people do not all fly around in broomsticks in Ariskar. I've been there. I used to live there. I hate the place.
Oh. Okay.
They were not.
It's not for everyone.
They were not very nice to me. Like the people down here aren't very nice to me.
Would they be nice to me?
I don't know.
It's clear to everyone, maybe except for Pixel Dan, that the dream of this girl, as soon as finding out that there is a magical school in Ariskar, all of a sudden that's all she's ever wanted to do for as long as she's been able to think. And Pixel Dan is just like, yeah, I don't know. They probably won't like you. Like,
see, here's the thing. I think you'd be better off learning from other people who practice magic in the real world. The people with the Ludus just kind of think about it and talk about it and read about it and study about it. I think you'd be better off being with people that have done it and have experienced it.
But Bob says there's no one likes magic in the real world.
Well, your mother's wrong. I think a lot of people in the real world don't understand magic, but it doesn't mean that they don't. Everyone doesn't not like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, magic comes in so many different forms. Just because you don't understand it, you might be afraid, but definitely up north, people like it. It's okay.
Magic's just part of the world. It's part of the energy of the world. It's just people learning how to use it. That's magic. Magic isn't some weird thing where you have to do bad things to use it, or people who use it do bad things. That is a complete misnomer. Your mother is very mistaken. No offense.
So, no, she's mean. So if I went with you north, you'd find someone to teach me how to control it.
That's what I had in mind.
I think, even though you said your mom is mean, but I think we should at least talk to your parents first.
Why?
Don't you think they'd be sad if you ran away from them?
One of them.
Well, would you want them to be sad?
I don't want to blow them up either.
That's also fair. But I think they deserve to know that at least you don't want to be there, or that you want to go. That way they're not just worried about where you are and what you're doing, you know?
So we can send them a postcard.
Not what I meant, but...
Or a magical postcard? You could teach me how to do a magical postcard?
I think perhaps she's saying it would be good to at least talk to your parents, because...
Why?
Because if they find out you're missing, who knows what they're going to do to try to find you.
Mm-hmm.
Or who they'll send after.
My sister's missing. They have to find her.
Are they trying to find her?
I don't know.
You don't know. Why is your sister missing?
'Cause
That is a proper answer to the question why, but do you have more explanation besides that?
she's I don't know.
You don't know. She just left? Did somebody take her? Was she hurt? Did she disappear?
No. Yes. No. No.
Who took her?
Wait. No one.
um,
She just left. She left after it happened.
After what happened? The explosion?
Uh yeah.
Was she
Yeah.
responsible?
No. Is he listening?
I wonder sometimes. He look, I know you want to leave, but I think you owe it to your parents. They've already lost your sister, and imagine how it would feel for your father or mother if they lost you too.
Okay.
We'll wait till everyone gets back and talk to them, and then we'll see what we can do about talking to your parents.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Oh,
while go
there's
ahead.
they're not coming. There's a thing. The Sissy's Fred's getting going away.
Is there a party?
Yeah, kind of. I think.
Who's her friend?
Denmother Yudris.
Okay, that's lovely. I don't think you want to be near that.
Yeah, I was told to stay home. And that's
I
why
don't.
I
I don't
left
think that's an
earlier.
entirely bad idea.
Well, I'm not home now. It is probably starting soon.
That's okay. We can wait here. You don't have to go. We don't have to
I
go.
want to go to the party.
It's not something you should go to yet.
It's a grown up party. It will be very boring. Have you been to a grown up party before? They talk about themselves and how wonderful they are, and talk and
Bob
talk. It's very boring.
Bob has a
You're not
lot of
allowed to
grown up
play.
parties, and there's people that show up and they have juice and one time I saw there was a they had like they put like little slips of paper in a bowl and were passing the bowl around. I love that Chelsea's the only one that's getting that. I love that so much. They don't have keys in Imea.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotcha. Or lipstick.
We just ventured into adult realms, y'all. We just ventured into adult realms.
I mean, are
Is it
you
a
allowed
party
to?
like that?
It's a little more boring. You're not allowed to talk. There's no food or water. You're not allowed to run or play. You just gotta stand there and look proper for like an hour.
I saw there was a man that was putting out free tomatoes.
Those were rotten. I
Why
imagine.
would he put out rotten tomatoes? Can I go?
It's just an adult thing.
Here's the thing.
You'll
I
get it.
don't even want to go to this party. I could be with here and help you try to learn to focus on your magic more. Maybe I can help
Okay.
you a little
Yeah.
bit until we can find somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, we can work on that instead of going.
Okay. You're kind of high up. You might even be able to see some of the party from the window.
That's okay. We'll focus on your magic.
Okay.
That's more important, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, a lot of the people here are not as civilized as you are, and I would not be very popular at that party
Because you're green.
because I'm green. It's not easy being green.
Why?
Because people don't understand green people sometimes.
Okay.
I could talk about societal prejudice and such, but I don't think you'd be very interested in it.
I don't even know what you just said.
Okay.
Let's try and do some magic then.
Okay.
Okay. Here's
Do you
what
want
we'll
me to
do.
just light something on fire in the room?
No,
or-
no. Let's try something a little easier, and then I'm gonna like set some kind of bauble out and like really focus on it and just mage hand it around, just to
Okay.
kind of. Can you do something like that? Every time I ask her to do something, I'm asking for death.
Yeah, I will say in the realm of this, because I don't want to I want to have the RP be like, yeah, and you all die in a huge explosion. I will say, yeah, as you do so, we're gonna kind of cut away from this, but as you do so, you see, you start to move the what was it what was it that was on the table? You said a
I'll just
bauble?
put like a coin down or something like
A
that.
coin down. Okay, you got it. Before you're able to set it back down, you feel it wrenched from your hand and just goes whizzing around the room.
That's
Like that?
very good. That's very good. Do you set things on fire often
All the time.
on purpose?
Not usually.
Okay.
Sometimes I just get mad or stressed or just yeah. Bob, doctor said stress,
Stress. What do you do to make yourself happy?
and then Bob gave him like a lot of money,
A lot of
I
money.
heard a heavy and then I saw her like put her mouth to her lips like this, and that was a different party. That wasn't the party where they had the bowl and the parchment.
Well,
Do you do
when you're
anything? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, no. When you're stressed, I'm going to use produce flame in my hand. Maybe just think about holding this fire in your hand and watching the stress burn away, and just make it go a little brighter and a little darker, but just keep it in your hand. You're cooking the stress out of you.
Okay. She holds her hand out as if you're about to give her the flame.
Oh, so think about making it. Let's see.
Oh, you don't want me to do that.
Okay.
I can't really make it from nothing. I need to set something on fire.
I see. Can
When I
you
get stressed,
play
what
with the?
I like to do is I like to take things apart with my hands
That
without
works
magic.
too.
Me
'Cause sometimes-
too, but with my mind, and then it's as destructive, as they say.
Maybe
Sometimes a way to control your magic is to forget about it sometimes and do something with your hands.
maybe something as simple as breaking a stick. When you feel like breaking something, just grab it and break it with your hands.
Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes I like to make things when I'm stressed too. Like this, and then I'll pull out my tool and take that coin and light it up and give it to her.
It's not even burning my hands.
No, magic doesn't have to hurt people. I use it to help people.
Say that again?
I use magic to help people, not hurt people, most of the time.
You could do that?
Absolutely, I can make people feel less sick. I can make people more able to do things and help them be a little smarter here and there. That's how I use it. I use it when I make things. I like to create things. Like this ring, I created this ring using magic.
She kind of just holds the coin in her hand and then just floats in her hand. Just starts zooming around the room. The other coin is not stopped, so now there's two.
Delightful.
Cool. As this conversation is starting to kind of pull back, I'll say the rest of you are. How are you bringing server? How are you bringing Donzing back?
Okay. I have 4th level spell slot back, so I can cast Polymorph and turn him into a golden retriever.
Okay. Okay, cool. I love that. I'll say, for the sake of this, because I did roll pretty high, but I didn't want to push things away from this. I'll say, as you all are kind of around to the, as you all are kind of clamoring around it. Go ahead.
If necessary, I can make it a subtle spell, but that like fully taps me.
I don't think that's necessary. I would say, yeah, because no one sees you right now. You're actually like. And again, I apologize for the mislabeling. You'll see why in a little bit. But so the well is the large yellow house. Elian and Alara's and McCall's house. That house is the other large structure on the other side. So it's a little bit further away from the other houses. So you're in a little bit of a safer space here. But yeah, so as you do so, you see a woman turn just around the corner to see all of you standing by her shack.
With a golden retriever?
With the golden, as you're holding the golden retriever.
Great.
Hello, yes, can I help you? There was, this is private property.
We're so sorry. Our dog here ran off and was we just grabbed him and we'll be going. I'm so sorry to disturb you.
This is not a fucking dog farm. Why are there so many dogs running around here?
I can't speak for all the other dogs, but I can speak for this one that he got spooked by a loud noise and ran away. And unfortunately,
who are you?
I can't really
control. Who are you people?
Oh, we're visiting Griften. My name is Aaron. And we will be leaving now.
You're visitors?
Yes.
This is a private residence. You can't just this is it's not.
I understand, and you have my deepest apologies.
You didn't see another dog, a rather larger dog with three. Meanwhile, the Donzig, the golden retriever, is just growling.
My apologies. He's a rescue. We got him from this terrible situation. Oh, you should have seen it. But,
which one? Which one? Because
the one
I have a very hard time believing that you don't. You did. Did you see another dog? I've lived here for 5 years. And I've never seen a dog around here, and I see one 3-headed dog, and then I come around the corner and I see you and your troop with a clearly not a 3-headed dog, but it's you hear another voice call behind on the corners. Wife, there's we should probably be hello. Can I help you? And you see a familiar face turn around the corner. You see McCall.
Oh, McCall.
Sorry, do I know you? You said my name already.
We ran into each other in the market. You and your charming daughter. Is she around? The younger one.
Oh,
Or
so I
the
didn't
young
see
one.
you in. You must have asked me in passing. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, Miss.
Erin.
Okay. Uh, uh, right. Well, my daughter is still missing. If you happen to see her around, please.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, I'll be happy to keep an eye for her and let her know that her loving mother and father are looking for her. It's always very stressful when something you love goes missing and you can't control where it goes, isn't it? Looking at her.
Like my lovely Gizmo here. Oh, come here, Gizmo. Come here.
Oh, Gizmo!
Because I did call Danzig's name, so specifically using another name.
Gotcha. Fantastic.
And another voice.
You see, you're actually are you doing? You use polymorph, so they actually are that. Okay, cool. So you wrap around, yeah. This would be really funny if it wasn't, and you're like,
I know. I thought
the
about
arms
that.
are here, and the dog's head is.
Yeah.
I thought about that, and then I was like, no, polymorph just turns him into a dog. That's good.
Right. I think you see McCullough's. Yes. If you happen to see her mother, probably be easier one to spot. So sorry. Apparently you already all know you know my name. My name is McCall. This is my wife, if you say so. This is my wife, Alara. Alara, dear, we should probably get going. We'll start any minute, and it's rather short ceremony.
We certainly do not want to keep you. We apologize again for the intrusion, and we'll leave you to your business. We'll go on our way.
Give me a deception check, Ianthe.
Okay. Not you. You rolled a natural one. You're done. Let's go blue. Let's go blue. Yeah. 19.
Good. You see Alara, as soon as you had said, "Oh, McCall," Alara is now staring daggers at you.
Ooh.
As you see, McCall had been walking up and was like, as he comes up, does not seem to have noticed. Doesn't seem to necessarily not believe you though. Is a really good roll. Mm. Yes. All right. I presume you will be joining the ceremony. We're hanging a witch today.
I'd heard that. I think perhaps we'll watch from a distance. We're not locals, and so we don't want to intrude on anything. But yes, I suppose we'll be there.
Well, either way, the direction is away from our property. So, if you are heading in that, looks around at the rest of you who have been keeping quiet. Besides Grian, Alara thinks that she's immediately figured out Grian. So looks up at Tishin and Adeem. Are you? You're a Leonin, aren't you?
Yes, guilty as charged. Yeah.
You said you're all visitors?
Huh? Yeah. Do what? Yeah. We're just
Did you not hear me? I was saying, are you all visitors?
Yes, we are all visitors. And Tishin just sort of talks, not shouting, but talks. Yes, we are all visitors. We are
Wow.
We're just
all right. Okay.
through.
All right. Leonin.
What? What? I don't.
Quite.
Well,
Um,
you said you couldn't hear me. I figured there's something wrong with your ears, or like I'm just trying to be
There's something
polite.
wrong with my ears, sir.
Are you
No,
saying there's
there's
something
nothing
wrong with
wrong.
my ears? Are you looking at my ears funny? Is that what this is about?
You
Hey, I'm a guest in your home.
no,
Well,
you are
actually,
not. You are trespassing on my property. Please
I'm a guest
leave.
in your barn. We have our lovely gizmo here, and you're going to
There's-
sit here and talk about my ears. I'm going to tell you something right now. I ain't
Mikal,
got time for it.
Please handle these people. I will be making a head start. I assume that you're going to catch up with me. And you see her flip her hair and walk off. And you see as she gets about 20 feet away, you can see her touching her ears.
Is it like is it just out of self consciousness?
Yeah. Oh,
She's
total
not.
self consciousness. Yeah. She's yeah. McCall kind of turns back around and just goes, so sorry. Yes, Aaron, I of course remember you. This is not a good day for you are
the dog ran
trespassing on
off.
property. Honestly, it would be totally fine if it was. She's normally not well.
It's tensions are high today. I understand.
Yes.
We wouldn't even be here if not for the dog. So
You haven't seen
We'll
my
go.
daughter or anything like that. That's,
unfortunately, I really have not seen her. I'm sorry. We're still looking.
okay.
My friend and I.
No, I
they just-
appreciate the help. As you've been, I'm so sorry. Again, McCall. What is your name, sir? Motions towards Tishin first.
Oh, my name's Grant Leatherwood.
It will never not be funny.
Grant Leatherwood.
Yeah.
Wow.
And your name is McCall. Is that correct?
Yes. Nicole.
Can I say something, McCall? And I don't want to make this weird. Is that okay?
Certainly.
Your mustache to die for. What do you do for your? No, but seriously, your mustache. You got the mustache of a good man. What's going on here?
Thank you. Well, it's a lot of
Do you use product in your mustache? Like what kind of product do you use?
well, I do and I don't. I do use product, but it's only what is left over in the bathroom from my wife.
You use
most of the stuff's for her.
That explains the really good smell. Shit, I love that. I was wondering why it smelled like flowers and like elderberries and shit. Like that smells.
My mustache smells like that.
Oh yeah, you probably don't smell it because it's under your nose all day and you just get used to it. But like, let me tell you, your
That's good to know.
mustache
Thank you.
smells heavenly. I'm just gonna let you know. I can smell it from over here, 15 feet away. I told you this would be weird. But,
that's and you're right. But yes, no, I thank you, Grant. And your name, sir? It looks over at Adeem.
Albar.
Abar. Oh, that's an interesting name. Sounds exotic. Sorry. Well, like I said, I best be off. She's only about 5'5", but she seems to have the pace of a 7-foot tall creature, woman. I best be off. Good luck, and if you happen to see my daughter, please. I know this. If you could either come find me, or if you find both of us, bring her and address Alara first, if you don't mind. She can get her.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I'll do what I can.
Great. All right. Well.
See you later, baby.
I'll be off. Yeah. Sure. Yes. Walks off. Man. Ianthe, give me an insight check with advantage.
Yeah. Wow, those are both terrible. I get an insight? 10.
10? Okay.
Yeah.
With a 10, I will say this. Yeah, you were very surprised when he came up and I pretended not to know you, as that was not the vibe you got from him at all. I think with a 10, I don't think I have to explain some of the things that go like he's pretty whipped, for lack of a better word. He's very like also I will say this with a 10. Well, I don't know if Ianthe would notice this. Do you think Ianthe is someone who pays attention to, and don't please don't take this the wrong way, but like social status and even like maybe levels of conventional attractiveness?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
As much as Alara seemed like a total bitch, because she is, she's very beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
Seems a couple levels above McCall Station.
Interesting.
So that's I'll give you with a 10. Cool. You see him kind of walk off, and you hear a "Bow!"
Yes.
Oh, sorry. He's arrested.
You've made your thoughts very clear.
Do you guys make your do you guys make your way back to the well, and also how do you do that?
I would
a
like
bridge
to,
that
and
goes
maybe
across the
going
river, right?
like, yeah, I would like to maybe go around and not go the way we came.
So the river only has one bridge crossing over it in town, and which means that you would actually walk right by what is taking place. But we can do that for sure. So it's kind of the only other way other than just getting in the river and swimming across, which I just don't imagine you'll do.
I was going to say,
a couple
I
of
have
you
a
might.
workaround,
I
but
got there.
Yeah.
But I'd like to break off of the group for just a moment.
Sure.
Not forever.
Let's figure out where the group's going first
No
to come
problem.
back. So
Can we pull the map up again real quick?
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I need to see.
Can you remind me, does polymorph last an hour?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
It's not concentration or anything, right?
it is concentration.
Okay, so swimming across probably is a bad idea.
Well, I think
I'm
swimming
a good
across,
swimmer, though.
Well, I just imagine swimming across would draw so much attention, though, too. Like, we're in the middle of a town. Like, if we just jumped in the water, people would be like, wow, that's just a
Well, how did you guys get over here?
I picture
flew.
I picture like once Gran told us all, we did the long way around on the bridge.
Okay, so really this is just explaining a scene to you guys. So if you guys imagine you did it this way, then it wouldn't really be much to do it the other way.
Yeah.
All right.
Does that make sense?
That's what I'm picturing.
Cool. So we'll say, Adeem, you're breaking off. Where are you going?
I would just like to. I mean, I'll motion them and say, like, I'll be right. I'm going to catch up in a moment. I'm not going away for long. And I want to walk back down river, maybe pick a small handful of flowers and approach the halfling woman. And I just want to hand her the flowers and say, thank you for your help. You have incredible eyes. And if she won't take the flowers, I just put them on the table next to her, on a table next to her, and then walk away.
Hey,
Yes, ma'am.
a proper gentleman hands the woman the flowers.
Yes, of course. So I pick them up and I wait for her to put her needles down.
She puts them down.
And I'll take a knee so I'm at her height and give them to her.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we're all getting laid in this town.
Not planning getting laid.
Right.
I'm respecting my elders. That's what I'm doing.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to, I bet she'd be down.
Love that. She
And Joe, I'm honestly just trying to respect my elders. It's nothing.
yeah, no, I
Okay.
love
Oh, I
that.
totally
but I just
thought you
wanna
No,
make
that's
sure-
me. That's me being gross. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just want to make sure there's nothing that I can't give you in this. She takes them
I totally thought that you
I'm
were
gonna
calling
say-
out like her ability to see things. Like,
I'm gonna say for now, she takes them and says, "Thank you, dear. That's very kind of you. That's by the way, I'm gonna go
My
find a
pleasure.
vase to put these in.
You have a pleasant day.
You as well." And heads back inside. Which direction do you take
To go home?
to go back? Yeah.
To go back? Given are they walking up and across the bridge?
Yeah, I would say but the time that you're spending to kind of move sort of a little bit away, you'll actually beat them there if you wanted to just go through the river.
What I'll do if I'll beat them there then is I will linger a moment just to give a proper goodbye. And then
Okay.
I will walk back in the water. No, don't make a fuss about it. But once I get in the water, I will submerge and dash, so I catch up with them.
You got it.
So I'll do it underwater,
Yeah.
come up, and then join them again.
Cool, you got it. I say you wait as she walks into the house just to see if she's going to come back out. You hear her fiddling with things. You kind of take a second to recognize. Okay, probably best to just head out. And as you head out, I'm going to say this for the sake of interest in this in Mother Paula. You see. I think Adeem, using your dash, I just don't think you see this, but I think the camera sees it.
Okay.
Mother Paula comes back out and sees you going across and sees the direction and where you're going, which is the well. So yeah.
Okay.
So we'll say, as a player, you know Mother Paula knows where you are, where you're probably staying.
No problem.
If you're staying there, we'll see.
Yeah,
Cool.
there's that. False
Yeah,
alarm.
yeah.
Okay.
Right, there's absolutely that. Yeah. Cool. So you meet the rest of the party right outside of the door to the well.
Can I retcon a thing real quick, Joe? And we don't have
Sure.
to do any RP on it. But I just think Titian would, if he's seeing a gathering around, as we're calling it, the event, I think he would break off from Ianthe and Grianne.
Yeah,
and
I'm
he
just
would
about to
stay
describe that actually. If you want to,
Yeah.
we'll say we want to take that. So as you guys are heading on back, you guys, and I apologize, there's actually two bridges now. So we'll say that you're probably going to go to the shortest one here, which means that you're coming up on. You can definitely hear the murmuring of a rather large crowd. On the opposite side of this church. The church itself, you see, is missing a steeple up top. And then looking across, you can see that the crowd itself seems to be big enough that it is larger than the size of larger than the width of the church. As you see, there is a little bit of the crowd that seems to be actually poking through just from the opposite side before you guys break off. You hear a man yelling out, party favors, come out and get your party favors. Out in the distance, about probably maybe at 100 feet away from where you guys currently would be at to walk across the bridge. And I'd say that's all you can see and or hear from your perspective going to the bridge. Titian, you wanted to break off here.
Yep.
Assumingly to just get closer and survey what's going on.
Yeah, I think he'll absolutely just break off, go right there. Probably actually walking towards the voice of party favors, if that means anything.
You got it, absolutely. Does anyone else join him in this?
No, but Grid would probably be like, find out if it's like a cup or a plate or something, and if it's something commemorative, I'll pay you back for it.
A keychain would be awesome.
Like, yeah, that'd be fine too. I just figured,
I think Titian's gonna look at them and be like, "The fuck are y'all on about?" And like he's just gonna walk off.
We're from the UK. We're different, okay?
Well, and as I come up out of the water and they're going towards this thing, do I know that this is the hanging? Have I them together?
You're going towards the well, so you're going to the opposite side of the river.
Okay,
this
so then
is
no-
this
then
is
never
their long way around.
Okay.
Going there. Yeah,
Then-
yeah.
Never mind, going to the well.
Um,
Thanks.
Yeah, I think. Oh man, the idea of it being like a commemorative copper plate just reminds me of that crazy part in our campaign from the other two here, Matt and Chelsea, where I had to deal with the existential crisis of having a character who has a face on a cup.
Yep.
Do you guys remember that?
I remember that.
I do remember
Yeah, I remember that. Where we basically inadvertently created Disney World.
Yeah.
We
But with
created like a
beer.
small economy, and then we started selling said cups. Like I think my character started selling them on like a side hustle or something of that nature.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
My
We did
character was
something
not
weird
a
with them.
fan of that at all. I
Oh.
loved that so
I can't
much.
remember. We did something weird, but yeah.
That's so great. Okay. Anyways, coming back to our campaign. Yeah. So you walk up to the mix. Hey, you. We only have a couple juicy ones left. But help yourself.
What goods does he have?
He has one jar. One like tub. And it smells bad. These are the tomatoes.
I think Tishine will look at the individual like dead in their eye, and like with just a snarl in his voice, Tishine will look at him and go, "It's a poor individual that makes a profit off of something such as this. Would you agree?"
Oh, yes. It takes a step back. Totally. These are free.
Free or not, it's still bad sport. Would you not agree?
I guess it depends on your throwing arm. I guess. I'm sorry, I'm not.
How big is the container of tomatoes?
It's about it's like a tub. So I'd say it's about this big around.
Tishine will pick up the tub of tomatoes. Tishine hates this. Tishine hates this individual. He sees what's going on. He hates this whole situation. So Tishine is going to pick up this tub of tomatoes and try to walk away with them.
I mean, he's not going to stop you. He's yeah, you absolutely walk away. Oh, okay.
Tishine will look back at him and he'll go, "When I come back, you better not be here."
Okay. Do you want me to follow you then with the tomatoes?
Go home.
Got it. All right. Well, you have a good. Bye. And just walks off.
Yep.
Walks off in the you guys are splitting off in directions perpendicular.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah. Tishine will take the tomatoes and they go dump them in the river.
You got it. As you dump them out, you have a perfectly good wooden tub.
Tishine will keep the tub.
Cool. It's about goblin bathing tub size.
Sounds perfect. Actually, if you will allow it, Tishine will actually. Do you think the tub is airtight, like watertight? You're saying bathing
No,
tub?
not at all. But you can make it. I think you could easily make it in some ways. Yeah.
I think Tishine's gonna be standing wall. It wouldn't be realistic toward fantasy setting that we're setting up, Joe.
Well, yeah. So,
Yeah, no,
so
it's
the only
good.
reason I'm saying this in a realistic way is that it is just a bunch of logs that are tied
Yeah.
together with a rope.
Yeah, I'm picturing the same thing. So I wouldn't.
Watertight, no. It would leak, but it wouldn't be it wouldn't be gushing out.
I'm okay. I don't think I need it to be watertight for what I'm planning to do.
You got it. Cool. You guys head back and you meet them. I'll say all of you meet.
Well, Tishine's still in the crowd, if you're talking about them moving.
Oh, you said you're walking away. And you dumped in the river. You coming back?
I'm dumping in the river, walking right back, and getting right back in the middle of the crowd.
Okay, you got it. So as you're walking in the middle of the crowd, go ahead, give me a perception check.
Oh, okay.
Because I've only explained this scene from seeing from the opposite side of the church.
Sure. Ooh, okay. Perception, you said 22.
Yeah, 22. Cool. You see, wow, 22, really nice. Okay, cool. You see, there is what looks to be probably about 3/4 of the town here, as your assumption would be. A lot of them seem to be a little confused. A good amount of them seem to be very eager in the in the level of like the pointing fingers and wanting something to be blamed for things that have happened. You notice the gallows that are built are way too big to house one individual, but it seems like it's really tall. But it seems like it's looking back around, you see the idea of like it looks like it's based on the crowd that's forming. You see there are multiple guards around. I'd say with the 22, you see there's probably up maybe 10, I think, just in the area alone of what you can see. And you see there's been a path that has been held by the guards from the path that eventually goes to House of Nobles all the way out.
Okay. How tall, height-wise, would you say the state? Like, is it 15
How tall are
feet
you?
high? 6'10".
6'10". I would say it's about 10 feet high.
Get 10 feet high. Okay. Tishine will get to about, if we had to call it like, I'm assuming the guards are letting people like get close enough to it, but maybe keeping a little bit of space there. Let's say, I would say Tishine's about second or third row.
It's Bonnaroo
Yeah. Okay.
spacing.
Tishine is second row. He's not the very front row, but he's the second row.
Okay. Cool. Are you planning on bunkering down here until people get back?
Right now, I think Tishine.
What did you say to the group?
Out of character, I think Tishine just said to Grian and Ianthe before they left. I think he said, "I'm going to, I'm going to check this out and see how this happens." Sort of like he's not really like vocalizing exactly what he's thinking here, but.
What I'm saying is, because what I don't want it to have is the entire group to be waiting on you while you stay here.
Yeah.
Right. So
Tishine,
we'll say that you said.
Yeah, Tishine would not have said like Tishine would have vocalized something to the effect of like, "Don't wait for me.
Okay.
I want to see how this. He would sort of slyly be like, "I want to see how this pans out over here." And he would. So the two bits of information Ianthe and Grian should know is like, Tishine is at this event. Don't wait for him specifically.
Got it. Cool. Awesome. All right. So we'll cut from you over to the rest of the group. You guys come to the well. We'll say you're just kind of at the first floor. First off, you see Talora is sitting at a table. There's no one else here, and just kind of raises a glass to you. Hey, was
just walking the dog.
Is that a different dog?
No, just different lighting.
Whatever.
Same dog.
Cool.
So we'll be taking the dog back upstairs where he's been all day.
Just so you know, you guys have been really weird about how you're saying the dog. You're putting like bold on the dog every time you say the dog. It's like, we're going to be taking the dog back upstairs. You don't need to do that unless you're.
He's new,
something.
and we're still sort of getting used to the idea of what to call him. So
yeah, I was going to say this little dog. Does it have a name?
Excellent feedback.
Reaches out to pet it. Grian, do you pull it back or?
Yeah, no. He's a rescue. He doesn't like being touched by strangers.
This is my new favorite.
Sorry.
He's a rescue.
He's a rescue. Doesn't like to be touched by.
He had a hard life. His mother died. Oh, but you know what?
You
We
wouldn't even
rescued him,
believe.
but really, he rescued me.
Oh God!
Excuse
no,
me, and I'll
I'm
just
not,
take him
I'm the
upstairs.
wrong type of drunk for this. Get out of here.
Let's just take him back upstairs.
You got it. You go right upstairs. Okay. All right. Well. Oh, I started way too early. Okay. Did you guys see?
Are you
Did you guys, what?
heading to the festivities?
Does
At
it look
all?
like I'm having this episode?
It doesn't, but I don't know. Maybe I thought maybe you were just pre-gaming or something. But
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I no. Why would I? Why would I want to? No.
understood. I
Are you guys gonna have festivities?
don't know. I don't love calling them festivities, but
Yeah, but you said
I just
you
sort
said
of-
festivities.
I did. Well, that's what everyone else is calling it.
Have you seen Ewolf? Anybody?
I think Ianthe genuinely goes, "Who?"
Yeah. Oh, it's just a little. Never mind. Fucking forget it. Your rooms are. I haven't touched them. They're the same.
I sit at the bar and just say, "Can I have an ale?"
Yeah, just get it yourself.
Okay. I go around and I give myself an ale and I drop 2 copper down. And I go back around. I sit at the corner of the bar.
Ooh, thanks for the tip.
You're welcome.
Can I roll an insight check on her? Is she just
Sure.
drunk, or is she like upset drunk?
Yeah, give me an
Sad
insight check.
drunk, or just? Dirty 20.
Nice. A good bartender does not get drunk at work, and she seems like a good bartender. So no, I'd say she's upset drunk. There's also a good chance of recognizing that she probably won't have any business anytime soon right now, based on what's happening, at least for another hour or so.
I don't think that.
But yeah, she
calls
clearly
for
is not a
level of
fan
drunk.
of what's going on.
Laura, are you all right? I mean, I know the situation is not great.
Hmm.
I don't like it either. But is there something more going on?
Come here. You guys are from. Come here. Yeah.
There's a bar in between us. I can only get so close.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get. Listen. You guys are from North EMEA, right?
Yes.
You know what South EMEA people say about North EMEA people?
We've gotten a few comments. So
Those are the wildlands. Those people have no understanding of morals. It's all kill or be killed, and it's a wasteland
not
of.
really.
And no one cares about anyone other than themselves up there. You know what I think?
What do you think?
I think I think ever since this fucking voice, South America is proven that we're all monsters when the chips are down. You know what I'm saying? I would rather be in a place of monsters where there's no rules to defending yourself against those who break the rules. You know what I mean?
think I do. I understand what you're saying. I've seen a side of people come out ever since that voice that I know is not the best of what people can do to each other.
Yeah.
Sorry you have to see it too.
People just finding different ways to eat each other down here.
I think they're scared. And they don't know what to do. And they
How
don't
much
really
money
have
you
anyone
got?
to show them. A few golds, not a lot.
You look
Why?
like you're living your best life. Lucky. Maybe I'll leave this bar. Where should I
Do you want
go?
to come north
You've
with
traveled.
us? Do you want to come north with us?
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, wait. Will it be You got that other one with you that is like, I mean, obviously he's into me, but like he's really into me. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I think I'm just done. I don't want to be here. I want to venture out.
I understand that. I felt that way for a long time. And, I felt suffocated in my home. I grew up in a town where everybody knew me, knew every embarrassing thing I'd ever done since I was a child. And I wanted to get out. And now I am. I'm out. And I'm on an adventure, and it's fucking terrifying. And it's hard. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure it's worth it yet. I think it might be.
I was just about to say, it sounds so good.
I'm just telling you, it's not all open seas and doing whatever you want. It's making sure you and your friends don't get killed every other minute because the rules change constantly. You might think there are no rules, but there are. I'm not saying don't do it, I'm just saying it's hard. And it's terrifying. And it might not be worth it. But there's only one way to find out.
You might be the worst or the best drinking partner I've had today.
You are not the first person to tell me that.
Thank you, Aaron. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna
get some food, have some water.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some food.
I'm gonna go check on
Ernie. And just goes and walks off. Was it Ernie? No, Elmer. Excuse me, Elmer.
Wow, she's really drunk.
She's really drunk.
She's gone. Toasted.
Cool. So as you guys walk up, so as you're entering the room, I think I want to start this scene from my Anthe being the last one in, but I think you all have come into collectively the same ridiculous scene, except for Adeem, who's just staying down at the bar, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking more along the lines of I want to kind of wait for tissue, so it's not a I'm avoiding them. It's more of a hey, we're still missing somebody.
Oh right, because you went a different way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I will say it's probably likely that as you met up, they would probably tell you Titian said to not wait up for him.
Yeah, we would have relayed that.
Where'd he go?
No, we would have said that he like broke off to go to the crowd.
Well, I know, but where did he go? I'm asking you guys. When you told me that, where did he go?
Into the crowd.
He went shopping for souvenirs. We have to get the dog back though.
I down the
to keep
ale,
talk.
put the mug down, and I go look for Titian because, quite frankly, I don't trust him to take care of himself.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, you hear that as well. I love that. I love this stagger. This is great. I think that's funny. Cool.
If possible, I would have at least tried to be listening for when they get back. That way there's no like shock when the door opens.
Oh yeah, you want to meet them halfway? Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, that way we don't have a dog meet a magic child in one room.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
I feel like you hear Grian on the stairs. Dancing, slow down.
Yeah.
So Aaron, you are explaining to the group what's going on. As Ianthe's coming up, we'll say, Ianthe, you're hearing the back half of this, but Aaron, go ahead. Oh, you're muted.
Tell Bix, like, stay here, watch her. I'm gonna go let them know what's going on. And then I'll just run out to the room and see Grian and the dog and just be, hey, I see you found him. Do you want to put him in, like, one of the other rooms, maybe?
I mean, mine has a window that obviously you can get through. I don't know if... Does yours have a window?
I think they all do.
Titian's window, but the window actually closes. Like, there's actually shutters in Titian's.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
I forgot to mention this, by the way, gang. I did watch the last part. I did watch last session. I said there was an open window several times, so I gave but it was said that it was there. FYI.
Well, that's on us, but regardless, the dog got out.
Yeah, regardless, the dog got out.
Let's put him in Titian's room. We have... I don't know how to say this good. We have a guest that might not get along with the dog on first meeting.
Ianthe, you're up here.
I mean, I think that's the whole town, to be honest, the whole fucking country.
Sorry, did you say we have a guest? Why do we have a guest?
So
the whole idea.
Behind Aaron, you hear a ping, 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 ping.
We accidentally, intentionally, we found Alyssa.
Okay.
And
right.
she seems to have her mind set to run away, possibly with us, but at the very least run away north. And I think we should talk to everyone about it and kind of, I don't know what you do with kids.
It's like, I don't know who the fuck that is. It just like shoves the dog into Titian's room.
Yeah.
And you hear Bix from the other room. Language!
So it begins.
Also, agree to make sure that Titian's window is like latched shut like this.
Awesome.
It's all good.
But yeah, I guess you should come see, because...
Yeah, yeah. Okay. We can't take her with us.
I assumed not, but we'll talk.
Okay.
And then I'll lead him in.
Grian, you're. I promise I won't make him jump out in this moment right now. Are you just shoving him into Titian's room, making sure the window is locked shut, and coming out to join this conversation, or are you staying in there with Danson?
Oh, like coming out to make sure. Because also, I don't have the bag of holding. Who is the bag of holding?
I didn't get what you said. What did you say? What was your choice?
Oh, Titian is the bag of holding? Damn. I'm putting him in the room, making sure it's all locked, and then I'm closing the door and clear that. I was trying to feed him, but Titian has the bag, the food.
You're breaking up really bad, man. It's rough. But I did get that you're coming in there with with us into the room. So, yeah, Ianthea, as soon as you walk into the room, you see a coin just go right past you out into the, and you see three others at this point. She's been practicing on four now. You see three other coins that are just suspended in the air. Sorry. Hi.
Hi.
This is
We've
why
been
it's
looking for you.
not the most uncomplicated thing.
Yeah. I
I have a eye on my head. The bandit is off now.
That you do.
You're
How long is
blue.
I am. Mm-hmm. You have
I wish I was
red hair.
I do. I do have red hair. I wish I was blue. She turns blue.
Yep.
It's fine. Great. Whew. What is happening?
Just in the face.
That's new.
Alyssa.
Is this bad? Did I do some?
No. Nothing bad. No one's hurt. You did good. I'm just saying it's new.
Oh, okay.
Alyssa, how long have you had this eye? I don't remember seeing it when we ran into you.
Oh,
earlier.
today.
About 8 minutes.
Bixby showed me how to do it.
I didn't show you how to do it. I just saw that you had it.
Oh.
After
Right.
after you became visible, your eye popped up.
Yeah.
Can I? I'm going to ask. It's not going to go great, but can I roll an Arcana check to see if I know anything
Absolutely.
about third eyes?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, roll me an Arcana check,
like, random
specifically
powers
for what you're looking for on that. It's a certain DC, but I'd like in general, the Arcana DC is a 2.
I can manage that.
So don't roll on that one.
5% chance.
If I do, I will scream.
She's a paladin.
11.
She's a wild paladin.
11.
Sure,
With a because here's the thing. Both of you gain your magical sources from something very specific. For Aaron, it's a deity. For Bixeldan, it is physical, hands-on, calculative things. Ianthea is a sorceress, which means that there is just a natural source of magic that comes from her.
Mhm.
And with that natural source of magic, I think in the way of one. What's the saying? A carpenter can always see another carpenter, or a fisherman can always see another fisherman from afar. With a 2, or with an 11, excuse me, Ianthea, you feel you have never been to the Mortimer Ludus. You never had any specific schooling. Everything that you've done is just from self training. The awareness of magic has not been something that you've really tried to focus in on as a school, right, at all. It is blinding the amount of innate magic you feel or sense, and however way you choose, from this little girl. It is she is again in a realm of you specifically not trying to necessarily focus on this. I think the only reason why you actually notice this is because of the role you're saying of trying to kind of get the eye and figure out what's going on with that. That's drawing your focus on trying to figure out what's going on with this girl. Because of that, you're kind of getting yourself in tune with her magic channel in some realms, and it is kind of the equivalent of it's someone who's never had, this is a weird example, but this might give my best shot. It's someone who's never had a cell phone before getting a cell phone from a previous number that was constantly getting collect calls from it, like all the time. such a crazy example, but that's the best I could give you, in the idea that you are seeing so much traffic coming in and out on the weaves, what have you, of this child. It is blinding in whatever sense you're using to figure it out. With an 11, you do not notice. I'd say you're more distracted by what you're seeing.
Okay. Quick question.
Sure.
How long do I have left in polymorph? It lasts for an hour.
I'd say about 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Great.
Yep.
Leaning down to Alyssa. Do you like dogs?
Yeah. We don't have a lot of them, but I've seen one once. Does that count?
Sure. We have a dog in the other room.
Okay.
Would you like to go meet
Yeah.
this dog?
You see
Great.
all the coins just drop.
My friend, first name, whose name I fully can't remember what Green's fake name is.
Elric.
Elric.
That's right.
My friend Elric is in there. Do you want to tell him that Aaron said it's okay if you go say hi to the dog? Be very careful. He is very strong, and I don't want you to get hurt.
Elric or the dog? Okay.
Yes.
Like you used to.
Okay. All right. Actually, Big, so you notice Alyssa look at you in a way that you've never felt, I don't think, anyone look at you before. You look at someone who is regarding you as a teacher for the first time, and I would like you to tell me how Bixby feels at that, as Alyssa is looking at you for approval to be able to basically, like, can I leave? Can I go to the bathroom? Sort of
It's
thing.
kind of like the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who. Just kind of his heart grew 3 sizes that day
Oh.
because it's like one of the first people that at face value accepted him without question, and he's not used to feeling respect at all. So he's go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. No. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's kind of where I was.
You got it. For your, without explaining too much, can you explain to me what your first breakthrough spell is, or just tell me what it is?
Well, the first time, my first breakthrough spell was one of those times when
Hold on. Time. I just want you to tell me the name because I'm going to give you what happens.
shield.
Cool.
Oh.
And I figured somebody was doing something mean to him and he used it to protect himself.
Okay. Let's do this. What's the most recent one you picked up?
That would be Pass Without a Trace.
You got it. As you get this feeling of recognizing yourself as a teacher in this moment, of someone whom you see has not in the same way from a sorcerer point of view, but you see someone with untapped potential. As you've been spending your past like few minutes kind of explaining how to be able to hold concentration on a thing, you've seen Pass Without a Trace used before, and it's like the idea of explaining to, like, literally explaining something to a little child. Something else clicks in you, and as she goes to walk away, I think, and you feel free to kind of take this however you want. I think you immediately run to the blackboard. You take out your notepad and paper as you figured out the equation in that moment.
Yeah, because that's also the way I think is I figured in all Bix's studies, he's kind of learning that magic is the same thing. It's just people learn to manipulate it in different ways.
Right.
Or they gain their power from a different source, but the power is all the same.
Yeah, I'm trying to equate it to the idea of that it's in this moment, it's in this
Yeah.
instance when you're recognizing all of a sudden, I need to teach more because if I
Hmm.
teach more, I'm recognizing if I simplify things, sometimes you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like there's a level of this moment as just being like a I've got it, and you're you know
Yeah, exactly. And I
uh,
keep a book with me for any of these type of moments. So
Yeah, so I think in this moment, actually, Bixton, if you want to tell me what happens as Alyssa walks out, what what Bixton, I fully think you are disregarding everyone and anyone else in this room. Tell me
mhm.
how that manifests.
Well, my first thing is I would have said under my breath, nobody leave her alone with that dog. And then it's just writing down, every observation I've made, probably in some kind of weird shorthand I've created. Just what have I seen in the past 10 minutes, and what she's capable of at her age and how she does it, how quickly she's going to learn. Is she how, and I'm probably writing down ways I think I can help her control it.
Okay, so I think you're misunderstanding me.
I am.
You've figured out so the equation of pass without a trace,
Hmm.
the concept of how to be able. You've never been able to do that spell before until this
Oh,
moment.
okay. I
Do you get what
misunderstood
I'm saying? So,
completely.
and the realm of like how that manifests was because you were explaining it to a little child.
Right. Because I was kind of when I was explaining to her that magic's just kind of an energy that's part of the world. That was kind of like clicked. So even though I'm not a nature person, that ability all manipulates the same energy,
Right.
and that's kind of the breakthrough.
Yep. You got it. So I think you're doing math.
Yes, and
Okay.
theorizing too. I mean, just
You got it.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think you see Bixeldan all of a sudden just pulling out a book. I think in the realm of like magical breakthrough, um, you see Bixeldan pull out a book, snap, and a chair moves from its direction in the desk
Hmm.
and comes over and like plops right behind him as he's going to sit down. You've never seen him more in the zone
Hmm.
than in this moment, Ianthe, which is concerning, as I imagine you want to have a you want to have a long discussion about what's happening right now.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so I think let's start with that first. I think actually, so we'll say Ianthe, Aaron, Bixeldan, you're in the. I think Grian, you probably join Alyssa in the other room, if that's fair.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, if he tried to come in here, I'd be like, go watch the dog with her.
You got it. And we'll say
Don't
actually,
let him bite her. Don't let her bite him.
as we are separating out into our separate parts, we'll take this moment to go. You are all. We have 3 in the room. Aaron and Ianthe looking at each other, kind of probably sharing the same look of like, we cannot take this kid with us. Bixeldan fully ignoring the situation, just quick writing, throwing papers behind himself.
Hmm.
You see Grian seeing a little. I think you just walked out of the room, maybe in this. You see a little girl just kind of come out to the hallway, come up to you, wave, and is coming up to talk to you. Adeem, you are making your way across the bridge as you see this crowd forming, and you see in the distance on the south side, you see um, a small group of what looks to be 4 guards of what you would assume to be bringing Denmother Yudris uh, to the gallows. Tishan, you're seeing the same thing, but you're in the crowd as you hear the crowd fall silent and then start to jeer and yell. And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, as we are continuing forward on this this odd place in our journey, we have our characters in separate spots right now. Um, I think I'll put it this way. Actually, I think who would like to go first. Is there? Because I imagine that Anthony kind of wants to have a talk, but obviously not everyone's here. So I wanted to kind of get an idea of just how personally I would like for that to go first. But if we need to kind of wait a minute and figure out where we're at on that, we can do that as well.
Did she lose her internet? Because I don't see.
I think she did. Matt, can you check on her on that?
She said her
Percent-
sound stopped working.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So
Let's just watch. We'll just watch Elric interact with the kid for a while.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Nice.
So, Elric, which is great. This is so confusing for all the people that haven't been here before, just trying to get okay, well, I see names on the board, but clearly that's not what we're all going by. Yeah, but we'll say okay, cool. So for Elric, yeah, you see a little girl kind of walk towards you in the hallway as you close the door. Hi.
Hi.
Can I go in there?
No.
I'm supposed to go in there to meet the dog.
He's sleeping. I don't know if it's a good idea to wake him.
You want me to wake him?
No. I'm just. Who are you? Let's start there. What's your name?
I'm Melissa.
Ah. Okay. I was just expecting someone a little bit taller. Not our child.
I'm 5 years old.
And a very big 5 at that. Who did they send you out this way to me?
Who?
It's a great question. The people in that room?
Yeah. I was supposed to meet a dog.
You're supposed to meet a dog. And who told you that you could meet the
You're
dog?
repeating things that I'm saying, and I'm confused.
I think I'm just as confused as you are. And who said that you could meet the dog?
Sorry, one second. The blue one.
The blue one. Okay. I'll peek my head in the door and check on Danzig.
Danzig is sniffing around to the window that you've locked, trying to find a way to get through this one.
Yeah, I'll look in and just hold on 1 second. I'll leave the door open a little bit so she can come in. But I'll go ahead and kind of grab Danzig
she pushes right through
by
you.
the head.
No, you never do that to a 5-year-old dude. No, she pushes right through. She pushes right through the. Okay, where's the dog? Oh, and you see Danzig, who is still a golden retriever,
Mm-hmm.
turns, kind of pulls itself back.
Okay. He's a little nervous, so I would just maybe wait for him to come to you.
You see Danzig do something very weird as Danzig kind of pulls himself back, does the paw thing where he's kind of dancing on his front paws, trying to think, and then kind of backs up a little bit into the corner.
Okay, well, He's a little nervous around new people. I would probably just wait for him to come to you. You never want to intrude in an animal space like that, especially when they're nervous.
Why?
Because they can get mean if you do.
Okay.
I would just wait for him to come
Is
to
he
you.
is he still nervous?
I would say so. And when he warms up to you, he'll come up to you and sniff you, and he'll be a little friendlier than he is now.
Okay. Are you okay? You were you were leaving this room, right?
Yeah, I was gonna go and see how they were doing in there. But if you're in here, I'll stay here with you. Can see. I can't hear you, but your footage is there. You're good. While he works on that, are we all going to try to go to the hanging, or is it just going to be Tishin and Adeem?
I don't think Aaron would try to go.
And I don't think Bix would leave Alyssa alone with the dog, even though the dog hates Bix.
Mm-hmm. Want to take 5 real quick?
We cannot hear you.
Can't hear a thing.
I just hear meowing.
Is Chelsea still trying to get her stuff going too?
I think so. I might have to go in there and check on her. If
She said, yeah. Continue to RP.
all right.
Okay. I mean, that would be.
So I guess it would still be Grianne and Aaron at this moment.
Well, Grian's in the room with the dog.
The child.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But without Chelsea.
There's Chelsea.
There's Chelsea.
Okay, so then the 3 of you can take over
We'll
for
move
my
on to our
awkwardness
conversation.
with this child
Yeah.
of not knowing what to do with a 3-headed dog and a magical child with a third eye.
Okay. Yeah, that's I'm still not clear how she got here. But
Well, that was easy. I made her invisible and brought her with me.
Oh. How long was she with us?
Oh, not very long. Just when I met you guys back here in the well, I had her with me.
Oh. Yeah, it's obviously you can't just take a child away from their family.
Well,
but we know how magic is here, and she can get very hurt if she doesn't learn to control it.
And then
Here's the
and
thing.
her mom's mean though too, and it's bad enough that she's going to be here where people aren't going to understand her. Her mom doesn't even understand her, and how is that fair?
She is incredibly powerful. I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely,
you picked
she
up on
is.
that, but I'd be afraid to send it to Ariska. I'd be afraid of what they did with her.
I do that. I feel the
Power
exact
like
same
that?
way. I feel the exact same way.
So
I will never
it's
send her
I
to the
don't
Ludus.
I don't want her to come with us, but I don't want to leave her here.
But why can't she come with us? I mean,
First of all, we're not going.
you two are very similar.
Shut up.
You might be able to
I
help
can't
her.
teach her. I can't teach her. I don't know anything about magic. Everything I know, I've figured out on my own.
Same as her. And she favors chaos a little bit. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Think about it. We've got Albar, who makes fog show up when his tattoos light up. We've got the lion, who says something and we all feel a little stronger and more resolute. We've got you making people faster, and you didn't just make one, you made two. And from my understanding, that spell doesn't work that way. Then we've got the shiny one just shooting blasts out at everybody, and her just healing everywhere. Who is better to teach her?
People who aren't rushing into danger every other minute, who don't have an entire army of Leonin after them.
So how is there a better way to learn than when you're on the job?
She's 5, Bexeldan. It'd be one thing if she was her sister's age, but she's so young. I can't knowingly bring her into danger. What we face regularly, I can't knowingly bring her into that.
She can't stay here.
And I fear having someone with that kind of power in the hands of Grincelli.
I definitely don't want that. I don't want Grincelli anywhere near her.
That place has buildings explode for no reason. People disappear. I surely don't want her to go to the Ludus.
Do we know anyone that could take a child in?
What if we sent her with Lavelia? Sent her to Eisenheim? There's got to be something in Eisenheim, right?
This is not here. Not here. She'll never be understood.
That's right. I forgot about that. Nope, you're right. I forgot about
it. It's not the city. No. I understand. This is.
There aren't any mages? I mean, I know they don't really love magic here, but I can't believe that they don't have any mages who could teach her.
I think if there was anybody that would teach her, they'd have to be in secret, from what I gather.
I don't know if we ever... Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know if we ever fully established Bixeldan's knowledge and understanding of that. So go ahead, Bixeldan, give me a history check.
Got it. Oh my Lanta. 10.
10? Okay.
With
a 10, yeah, with a 10, you know what you've gathered so far. So it doesn't. Nothing that you're saying is incorrect.
I'm basing everything on Griften right now, which makes sense.
Right.
All I know is people from South Imea do not appreciate what they do not understand, and they punish what they do not appreciate. Like down there.
Right.
I ain't a fan of the lady. But I am not a fan of that lady, but they proved her doing nothing wrong, and they don't understand her, so they're going to punish her. Imagine this girl who talks about setting things on fire. How's that going to go?
It's just a matter of time before she's found out.
And it's a matter of time she's going to be down there. If they can get her.
Grian, at this point over in the other room, you haven't been entirely certain, as you haven't had a slew of really significant conversations room to room, but it's in this at this time. Grian and Alyssa are the only ones that know how thin these walls are. As Grian, you're watching Alyssa, hearing all of this.
Oh no!
I guess I'll just put my hand on her shoulder, and I'll just tell her.
I need you to speak up.
I'll just put my hand on her shoulder, and I'll tell her. You know, it's a bit of a crazy world out there, and there's a lot going on, and they really just want what's best for you, and they're just trying to figure out what that looks like and what that means. I think while Eriskar is a great place to learn, I'm not sure it's a great place for someone as kind as yourself. It's not a place full of good people.
Give me a D20 plus charisma modifier.
That's a 6.
Oh no!
You rolled what I did.
Yeah. Okay.
If there's anywhere besides Eriskar that you'd want to go, where would you want to go?
If I couldn't go to Eriskar, I'd want to be. I want to be someplace where I couldn't hurt anybody.
You know, a great place to do that is to find someone to teach you how to use your magic like that in a way that wouldn't hurt anybody. And it's a good thing, too, because Eriskar, I think that they teach you how to do that. You know, I have a friend there that died there because of something like that. So I don't think that's a good place if you want to learn to not hurt somebody.
Okay.
So I think it's just about finding you the right teacher. Do you know where your magic comes from? Is it just kind of innate and around you, like it just kind of happens?
I don't know what innate means.
Is it just kind of happen? Like it's do you feel it from anywhere, or does it just kind of come out?
It comes out worse when I'm stressed.
Okay. Well, you know, my magic comes from, you know, the big thing in the sky, the sun, the thing we call the sun.
Yeah, I know the setup 5.
He'll pick up like I don't know, something close by that you would find in a room, maybe like a pillow, because you're probably sitting on the bed, and he'll cast light on it so it'll light up. You know, my magic comes from that, or really a part of it. we all have a source of magic. I think finding out what yours is and finding someone who can teach you how to use it for good, to bring joy, and maybe cast and hold the pillow up, maybe add a little bit of light to somebody's life, is going to be the best way to do that.
You see her poke at the pillow, and it immediately catches on fire.
Oh no.
I would not panic. Be like, do you know how to put that out?
Doe.
Try looking at it. Look at it and just think about it going away. Think about it dying down, and he'll whatever part isn't on fire, he'll like drop light on the object. So he, like, as an example of like, this is just like, let it go.
Why?
Maybe go away. Why not?
Does it matter? I'm not going anywhere.
Of course it matters. It all matters. You'll never know if you never try. Okay, now imagine the fire just going away, dwindling out softly, until it becomes an ember to roast marshmallows on.
You see, as the fire starts to die on the pillow, you're kind of watching and are happy. You've managed to be able to kind of like get her to be able to. You feel like you're being successful in teaching her until you feel a very hot pain on the back of your neck. As you turn to the side and realize that your backpack is on fire.
Okay, and he'll take it off.
She does not see this. She's concentrating on this, and it's going down, but it's collecting on your back.
And he'll look at her and just like, see, very good. Look, you did it. It's going down. And he'll just like casually like unhook his bag, and like.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a stealth check.
Yeah. It's a 5. I was gonna try and make her do it anyway, so it's not like a casual like, okay, try it on this, like, not like, oh my god, like, it's gonna try her to do it on that one too.
Yeah, I mean, she fully sees right past that. So she sees, she's okay. I guess I'm dead. Oh, GD. All right, I guess I should go. The dog's peeing in the corner. You might want to handle that. Danzig, who has been sitting in the corner now at this point, sees both things happen and is truly peeing in the corner. Danzig is terrified of this child.
Oh.
Okay. One thing that you don't know about me, as I'm like patting the fire out real quick, is I have wings. I can fly. You don't see them now, but maybe someday soon you'll see them. And when I was learning to fly, I fell a lot. I fell from high up. I could barely take off. It took me a while to learn how to fly too. But with practice, I think that you might be able to learn how to fly too. It's not necessarily wrong.
As you say that, she grabs a sheet off of. I assume you're like stamping out the fire in your bag, right?
Yeah, I'm just
okay.
like, yeah,
she grabs the bed sheet and like throws it to you, and says, Bob said if someone pees, you should clean it up immediately. So here you go. And just hands you the blanket, or hands you the sheet.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you.
Do you go to mop it up?
Yeah, I'll probably be like, if you want to go back in with the blue one.
We'll say that you're saying this as you're mopping it up. You turn back around and you see the door opening and closing by itself. She's not there. As you guys are having your conversation, you see the door open. No one enter. The door closes by itself. You see Bixeldan out of nowhere, a coin appears by itself. And there's a little burnt message on the coin that says "Thank you." It's put It's put on your lap.
I'm out the door.
Okay. She came in to do it. Like she's invisible.
Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't. You don't have to hide. You don't have to hide.
I think once Green's done cleaning up the pee, he would hold the rock and be like, BT dubs, she heard everything you said.
You don't have to. You could just say it through the wall. They're all there.
I mean, would we not have heard their conversation if they could hear ours?
It depends on if you guys are still having a conversation. There was no conversation happening.
Nah, we were probably still talking.
Yeah.
We're probably still
talking. Yeah.
Or I'll just yell through the wall, be like, the walls are super thin.
Bixeldan, give me a single persuasion check.
I'm flash of geniusing myself. It's going to be a 17.
Okay. You see the door quickly open and close again.
Shit.
I'll just scoot out the hallways. Like, you don't have to leave. You don't have to hide.
You have no perception of where she is or who you're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say from downstairs you hear Dolores go, "I'm right here." Sorry, that's not her voice. I'm right here. I'll find it. You do not hear a response from her.
Can I cast? Well, I want to see how long it lasts.
I don't know if this would work. Second level detect magic.
Oh.
If you want to do that, you can.
I'm doing it.
You got it. Give me, as you're making this decision to do so, give me a spell attack.
Okay. I'm just going to roll Arcana. It's the same.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, good. I thought it was a 1. It was a 7. 15.
15. Okay, great. With a 15, you see that she's at the bottom of the steps.
Can I? Well,
is she moving quick?
Oh yeah, she's
pulling my hood up and going after her.
Okay, you got it.
I cast the invisibility on myself.
Okay, got it. If you're following Bixeldan out, you see
absolutely.
I'll say in the realm of what's happening here on this, I'd say you're casting that. You see Bixeldan, you see her walking out of the bar, and Bixeldan coming kind of right after her. Bixeldan, are you trying to catch up to grab her, or are you trying to? What is your intention here? We'll say.
I would touch her so she knew I knew where she was and try to talk to her. Is what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to actually physically grab her because I don't want to catch on fire.
Okay.
I said there may be like a shoulder touch, but I'm not going to actually grab.
You got it. Okay, cool. I'm going to pause you guys there. Okay. We're going to move over to technically Adeem and Tishy. And Adeem, you're probably on the You're on the outskirts of this. I'd say you're just kind of getting over the bridge, right? That's kind of where we left you. Both of you guys see Denmother Yudris approaching the gallows, being brought with four other guards. You hear the yells from the crowd getting louder as she comes out, and you see the tomatoes start to get thrown. The guards doing everything they can to dodge away from them, putting like their shields up and what have you, but there's definitely some area where you just gets hit in the face.
I've been through worse. I wipe it off, and my goal right now, since I don't...
No. This is Denmother. No one's throwing it at you.
Oh, they get hit in the face.
Yes. Denmother Yudris gets hit.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I've been thrown around by evil plants.
Right.
My goal right now, because I don't really know everything they know about the one being executed. I just know that she's being executed, and that's common practice. My goal right now is I want to find Titian.
Yeah, pretty easy to spot.
Yeah, I was like, I'm hoping that given his height and his fur, there aren't a lot of them. It's not like I'm walking through,
6'10" dude is standing in a sea of people that no one stands above 6 feet here. Titian is pretty easy to spot. I'd say he's about maybe like 60 feet away from you.
Is he right-handed or left-handed in my experience?
Titian's right-handed.
Okay, I want to get myself behind him to his left.
Okay, you got it.
And then I will just watch over him.
Okay. How close do you want to get?
Maybe one or two people between us.
Okay.
Actually, no, one. I want one person between us.
Do you make yourself known to Titian?
I don't hide. I'm not hiding. So if he notices me, that's fine. Right. But I'm not going to say, hey, Titian.
Let's do this. This is pretty easy because you're not actively trying to hide. You're not actively trying to look for him. Right. Just let me go ahead and pull up stuff. We'll say this as things are moving along. Titian, what are you looking for here? Is there anything in particular you're paying attention to?
Titian is holding the tub in his hands. I think he is just watching the slow progression. I think he's looking for the moment where Yudris, that's her name, right, is marched onto the scaffolding and positioned, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Okay, cool. You got it.
By the way, can I ask another question, Joe?
No, hold on a second. Adeem, give me a... There's no passive stealth.
I'm not trying you can just say he sees me. Like, I'm not trying to hide from him.
Right, I know. I'm curious in this because I want it to be natural. So we'll say...
like perception, passive perception.
Yeah, so there's no... I'll say... I mean, I guess I very rarely use passive perception. Why am I trying to do it now? Titian, give me a perception check.
Sure. Oh, shit. Damn. Oh, damn. That's not good because that means whatever happens next, I'm going to roll bad. That's another 22.
Oh, no.
22?
Yeah.
Cool. With a 22, yeah, you I think you probably in your giant or your floppy cat ears, you hear people over to your left, excuse me, that have been talking the whole time and have all of a sudden stopped talking. Yeah. And you kind of look over just slightly in their direction. And you see Adeem is not too far off from you at all.
I think Titian sees Adeem, and he makes eye contact with Adeem for just a split second,
Mhm.
just to try to communicate via what are you here for, but also like what am I here, like to let you know like what I'm here for as well, if that makes sense.
The words make sense, but Adeem has no idea.
Yeah,
What.
I think that's
Yeah.
a crazy thought to express with your eyes.
Yeah.
That's Titian though. Like I think that's literally like like I think it's a character. I think it's like
Sure.
what like if a dean wants to roll an insight check on this, I don't know. It's up to you. But like I think this is literally one of those things where it's like you see Titian in the mindset of like he's on a mission right now.
Yeah, I'd say Adeem is totally up to you.
Oh yeah. Well, I figured he was on a mission because he separated himself, unlike me, and just like went off into the middle of this. I just don't know
Right.
why. Can I spot what he's looking at? Like I see.
Let's do this. Let's do the insight check to see if we can put things together. In the meantime, Titian, go ahead and tell me what you're doing.
6.
No clue.
Okay.
You do see Titian make eye contact to you with an expression that's kind of like it's about to go down. You're like you have no clue what that means.
Okay. Well, knowing that, can I just do? I want to spend one thing while you're doing this.
Sure, I don't know. I legitimately don't know what Titian's about to do, so let's find that out first.
But he's a paladin, so I'm trying to figure something out. Is
Sure.
the executioner, whoever's going to hang her, is that person on the scaffold?
Yeah, you actually see the person that is up on the scaffold on you see two people that are stationed here. You see Lady Lavelia on one side, and you see Marcus on the other. Marcus seems to be holding a scroll.
Okay, and I don't think I know. I've only heard.
You do not know. Actually, you don't know any of these people.
No. I mean, I watched, so I know who they are. Are they
right? So you see a
putting the rope around her neck?
Not yet. So they're we'll say they're just kind of coming up to being up onto the stage of the gallows.
Okay. How strong is Marcus in comparison to me as a fighter?
I don't think you need to use a special ability for this.
Okay.
Marcus is just a general citizen. He looks to be a noble. Yeah.
Just trying to gauge the competition in case this goes down, and I will go back to Titian. I just watch him now.
Yeah. Don't spend any resource to know that. I will say.
Oh, that was the resource.
Fully...
I can just look at somebody.
Okay, great. That's just like.
If I spend a minute looking at somebody, I can gauge them in relation to me.
Right. I'll say you start to kind of like get into the concept of doing that for a minute, and then within 5 seconds you're like, this is pointless. I know exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to go back to like I still have a couple questions, Joe.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Now you can ask
me. Just rough approximation number of people that are at this. Like number of guards, but like number of citizens as a whole too.
I'd say about 50 people as far as citizens go. Guards, they're about 10.
Okay.
We'll call it 12. Yeah, we'll say 8 and 4. So 4 came up on that. So we'll say 12 total.
So right, 8 around 4 on top. Okay. And then,
I'm sorry, that was confusing how I said it. 12 in total. It was 8. 4 came with Denmother Yudris. So
gotcha. The next question I had is, this is for the actual gallows itself. Is this a trapdoor gallows, or is this they have a stool set up on stage gallows?
Great question. This is a trapdoor gallows.
Okay. That may change some stuff, but I can make it work. All right.
You got it.
Titian is looking. If Titian also notices that Marcus has a scroll in his hand, I think he makes a point of focusing on Marcus because he assumes that Marcus is going to be the person. Knowing Marcus as the dick he is, he's going to be the person that's going to talk before this happens. He's going to be the person reading whatever their statement they've prepared. prior to whatever's going to, them trying to execute her. And so Titian's going to wait until he sees Marcus starting to do that.
You got it. As Denmother Yudris is walking to the center of the stage, you see one of the guards who is only specifically noted as a difference in this is that they same dressed exactly the same in this. He's just not carrying a spear, but just has like a sword that's attached to the side, and is taking this moment to put Denmother Yudris' head around on the noose and is pulling it tight. As this is happening, you see Marcus. Sorry, I think I need to. I didn't make a decision on what this would sound like. Let's try this one, maybe. Yeah, that works. You see Marcus kind of clear his throat. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been gathered here today to...
Titian throws the tub immediately on stage, right at Marcus. Like right
You're
at Marcus's
throwing the
feet.
tub at Marcus?
Throwing the tub right at Marcus's feet, yeah. And then then immediately as that lands, he's going to time Misty Step to go right to the stage.
Okay. All right. Do me a favor. We'll say for the people that are here, so we'll do Adeem, the guards, and then Titian. Go ahead and roll me an initiative.
Initiative, okay.
8.
Ouchie, mama.
By the way, like it would be obvious it wasn't necessarily an attack. It's more about
You're
I'm
passing the guards and going on stage. You're gonna get taken down.
Absolutely. Well, they can try. Fuck. All right. I rolled a 5.
Okay. As soon as you I'll say as soon as you throw the bucket, there's a high alert. You misty step onto the stage. There are 2 other guards that are here on stage that go to grab you.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say athletics check for the first one. Oh, jeez, man.
Okay. You don't let me know what I'm beating or not beating?
No, just roll.
That'll be a gotta do math. 25.
Oh, baby. 23 does not beat a 25. You see the first one goes and grabs you. You're able to kind of stiff arm them off. The other one, actually, we'll say, so the other one would have advantages being distracted on that. But in both cases, you see now at this point, spears are drawn. And they rolled higher in initiative. So at this point, all guards are going to start to come up on stage.
Mm. Do I get any sort of surprise or anything like that?
Your surprise was the action of throwing that thing on there and Misty stepping onto the stage. And then the initiative was after that.
Okay.
Because so guards are like, their job is to be attentive, right?
And totally,
these are still level 3 guards, right?
Totally cool with it. Totally cool with
okay.
it.
So it is their turn on this. I will say within this. Yeah, you're surrounded by 12 guards.
Okay. Titian is not. While Titian is on the stage, he has not drawn his sword yet.
Sure.
This has been, if you want to interpret this as anything, obviously he's broken the rules, he's broken the law, but view this more as a disruption than an attack, if that makes sense.
You
that's
threw an item
absolutely
at Marcus in the realm of like how they're seeing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
at the ascent. Like that's an attack. I'm sorry.
Sure.
That's how that would be perceived. I
Okay.
think. Um, so as you see, and it's your choice here. As you
Mhm.
see, I mean, 12 people wouldn't fit on this stage, so we would say we'll call it 10. So 10 guards are surrounding you. 9 of which have spears pointed at you in your direction. The one that's closest to you just yells at you and says, "Stand down! Stand down, sir."
I'm afraid I can't just do that. What y'all are doing here is, I just can't. I can't let y'all just do this. What you're doing right here, this is not right.
Um, in this span of time, I would say, Adeem, it is your turn. But what you're hearing from Marcus at this point, because Marcus doesn't really have a turn, Marcus is going, well, what are we waiting for? Just kill him.
That's nice. Great. Can I move closer to the scaffold? And as I'm doing
Very
so,
distracted by what's going on stage. Yes, absolutely.
and how is the population reacting? Are they watching? Are they moving away? Are they jeering? What?
I fully think everybody has stopped talking and is just stunned silence.
Okay, then yeah, my goal is to get close to the scaffold.
Okay.
How high off the ground is the scaffold?
10 feet.
So I could potentially reach some of these legs with my trident if I wanted to, if I did not go up the stairs, if they're on the edge.
I mean, if you wanted to do your full movement to attack.
Well, no, I'm just saying if I get to the scaffold and I'm below it.
So your intention right now is to get to a respectful distance in case something happens. You can attack.
Yes, I'm the kind of good part of me is all about wondering why the paladin is stopping this. So I'm for it because I'm like, okay, there's something wrong here, and I'm all about the freedom. But I also don't know what's going on, and I've seen people in my party possessed before. So I would like to get closer and see what's going on.
You got it. Cool. So getting up to the stage, I mean, you were right behind Titian, so that's not a big deal. And I will say, go ahead and roll me a stealth check, DC 10, because it's truly most eyes are focused on the stage that are important.
Failure.
Okay. You see, because not everybody can get on stage. You see, there are now 2 spears pointed at you. So that's far enough. I would say you're just out of range. Because 10 is the distance with the trident, right?
Yeah. Well, trident is. It doesn't matter.
Most
it's out of
10.
range.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, you could throw it technically, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I got 20 range for throwing it. So they stopped me. Okay. I still got all my throwing weapons. They're not going to stop me that far.
I'm going to say, like, it's tricky here because no one wants to see. I would say even the guards themselves are hesitant to just kill you, Titian. So I think you have a second to state your case.
All right. This individual, good or not, we don't know. They've not had a proper trial. What you are doing here is committing murder for the sake of fear. You are not executing justice right now. You are all accomplices in murder. Good, bad, or otherwise, this individual deserves a fair trial.
So Adeem is now starting to understand what's going on. I was like, okay, now I'm down to throw down. Like, you know?
By the way, that guy's a dick, and he's just going to point right at Marcus, and he's going to say, that guy's a dick also.
I'm going to tell you as a DM. I'm going to tell you as a DM because I love you, and I don't want to see your character die just from that moment. Don't point.
All right.
Because they know you're magical. You just Misty stepped onto the...
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I got you.
So we'll say you nod over
to
not
over
there. Cool. Okay. Cool. Let's do this. Let's have Bixeldan roll me a d20. Bueller, still can't hear you.
2.
2. Gotcha. All right, cool. At least a full turn before you're even seeing anything that's going on.
And legitimately, I'm focused on Alyssa at this moment, anyways.
Yeah, and I think Alyssa's going in that direction. She's probably just going to go home. So, yeah, you even putting a hand on her shoulder. We'll say, considering the events that are taking place now, I think she's just shrugging it off and continuing to kind of walk forward, or just like continuing to kind of move forward. Cool. So you said your piece. Marcus turns to the crowd and goes, well, it seems that we have a person that likes to trespass and disrupt events. You know what? No matter. You all know why she's here for. Go ahead and let the rope. And you hear the...
No.
As that happens, because it's 6 seconds turn, as that happens, I'm going to give it to someone to make the roll.
That's a good question. Can I ask a question real quick, Joe?
Sure.
How far are they from me?
Really far.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, really far. You're on the opposite side of town right now.
Perfect. Okay.
I was giving you the roll as just like a possibility of like she's running and you're trying to keep up with her, but yeah.
Right.
Who wants to roll a d20?
We're all rolling like crap.
That's why I did that. Someone died.
I'll roll it.
Okay.
I
You got it.
got to send to this mess. I'll do this. 7.
Okay. You see, and we'll kind of put this from Titian's perspective. Titian, roll me. Actually, no, sorry, Titian, you're very distracted right now. Adeem, roll me a perception check with advantage, please.
Okay. Well, the first one was a natural 20, so I'll take it.
Oh my God. You see an arrow go just as soon as the neck as soon as the trapdoor lets out and the rope kind of goes down, you see an arrow narrowly miss the rope as you see it pull tight.
Well, I was going to ask if I could throw my thing and cut it.
Not unless you had it prepared.
I don't need to have a prayer. I have quick throw.
Well, as an action, you would have to. I'll give it to you. Go ahead and roll it. Go ahead. I'll say
It's a bonus action. It's a quick toss.
so. Here's because I don't want to give this. I don't want to take this away from Titian. The trouble is that Titian, any action you do is going to have a reaction of 10 people on stage stabbing you. So this is kind of why I'm okay with giving it to Adeem and not to you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So Adeem is trying to cut the rope before it makes the snap.
Yeah.
Obviously, you could do so. Honestly, I would say you would do that as an attack on the rope, just straight up. The trouble is the reaction to Adeem doing it is 2 attacks against him. The trouble with you doing it is 10 attacks against him.
Right. I don't think. I think. I mean, I don't see any way Titian can. I don't think Titian can fight his way to the rope to do anything at this moment. I honestly, like mechanically, the only thing I was planning on or thinking that Titian might do in this circumstance is channel divinity. What is it? Conquering presence, which is I would make everyone within a 30-foot radius so afraid of me that they couldn't actually do anything.
Lead with that, man.
Sweet.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's what I want.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were doing that.
Yeah, I think if we want to
Hey,
do it at a
by the way,
specific moment.
this would have helped a lot to tell the DM even a hint of what you were doing.
Oh no, I want to. Joe, my job is not to make your job easier. My job is to make
that's,
your
that's true.
hard,
That's true. You're right.
and also
Go for
scare
it. Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah, yeah. So I think in that moment when Titian's giving his spiel, you just sort of see the viciousness of it come through, and that radiating like paladin-y ass paladin like coming out, sort of like you
Okay.
see on a hot pavement during summer times with the vapors.
Okay.
And everyone within a 30-foot radius has to make a DC 15 wisdom save or be frightened of me for 1 minute.
Okay.
So,
So-
there is a save. There is a save involved.
Right. Yeah. So the tricky thing here is that Marcus made the save, but the guard didn't.
Yeah.
I'm going to say with the guard not doing that. Does it say in the commanding person? It doesn't necessarily keep them from doing anything. It just makes them frightened of you.
As an action, force chosen creatures within 30 feet. So also Adeem is fine. To make a wisdom save or become frightened of you 1 minute. Creatures can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns. That's all
Okay.
it says.
So they're just frightened of you. Okay.
They're just frightened. If they're within 10 feet of me, they're taking psychic damage because of my other aura as a conquest paladin. Just as a thing. I don't know if I can even help that, but
this is tricky, man. Because I will say, any damage the guard's going to take, they're going to snap action attack you.
I know but
Okay.
I'm just like, as a player, I know that. I mean, I'm setting up like mentally. I don't know if a guard's within 10 feet of me, but like,
they're all within 10 feet of you.
Yeah, I'd be skating by if I didn't like tell you, because it's like one goes the other sort of thing. Like, I'm not going to bend the rules for me.
So I'm gonna say this. It's your choice. I know we've kind of been going back and forth on this, but you have within 10 feet. So how many possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feel free to correct me on my math.
Mhm.
But you would have 8 attacks on you, assuming that they're taking any damage.
The thing is, I don't think they can attack me if they're within 10 feet of me, because their movement's down to 0, and I don't think they can.
They're all within 10 feet of you. You're surrounded on stage.
What I'm saying is that I think with the Conquest Paladin thing, it's let me read it to be sure.
Okay.
But while
they'd all have disadvantage on their attacks because they're frightened.
Their speed is reduced to 0. So they're just taking damage. I guess they can attack with disadvantages being frightened, but it's just movement.
Okay. So I'm going to give you the choice here.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, this is what we're doing.
Okay. You got it.
Yeah. Because it's more important to me, like, even if the guards right now are within 10 feet, it's about the person pulling the lever that's further away, I think, at this point. Unfortunately, maybe.
Right.
I don't know. Like, Titian's trying to keep this from happening.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
And I don't think a paladin... I mean, do paladins have control of their auras? Because I don't know of anything that says they do.
Your channel divinity is the question, whether or not you're doing that.
Right, but it's channel divinity's fine. Channel divinity's just frightened. It's my aura of conquest that's causing the damage. They're two separate things.
Does it say can take or does take?
It just says, while you are conscious, all frightened creatures within 10 feet of you have their speed reduced to 0 and take 3 psychic damage.
Okay, because sometimes they say can, which would mean it's an option. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it seems pretty...
What's your AC?
21.
Okay. Okay. Of those attacks, 5 of them hit. I need to pull up. Just for clarity's sake, how much damage do all those guards take?
3.
Okay. Um, okay. You take 48 damage.
Oof. All right.
As there's a second of even that slowdown moment where you recognize in the space of what's happening that all 5 of them that are coming at different directions. There's nothing you can do as you feel just impaled 5 different ways on this. That is the guard's turn. It is your turn, and then Adeem's turn. Yeah. For the record, just to kind of like making sure everybody's on the same speed on this. So coming back, just what we rewinded was when the lever was pulled. So the lever is not pulled yet.
Sure.
And actually, okay. Go ahead.
I love it when you roll and you're like, never mind.
Cabbage shows up.
Cabot shows up. Absolutely. Fuck. Thing is, Titian hasn't even pulled his sword out yet. He's just trying to get attention. And I think he can't help like how his presence, like all that stuff, like is hurting the people around him. So it's a tough like.
Mm-hmm.
In his mind, he's trying to like. He's hoping he's reached them somehow, but like he also understands he just got stabbed 5 times, 10 times, however many times it was. So, Thinking. Shit. What does that do? That's not gonna help. I think.
Can I say something real quick because it's getting blown up in Discord? Did you want to frighten the guards near you?
I really just wanted to focus on the person pulling the lever and use the rest of it to get attention.
Because you could. I'm not saying you would have, but somebody's blowing it up. You could have made them not have to make a saving throw, in which case they wouldn't be frightened, which in case they would not have taken damage.
Action force chosen.
That's true, because I would choose the creature.
Chosen creature within 30 feet to make wisdoms. Chosen creatures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says chosen creatures.
Yeah, I would just focus on the person pulling the lever to get them to stop.
Okay, this is the last time I'm rewinding. Just for the record, you guys got to know your shit. If you're going to pull something like this, you got to know what you're doing. Okay, rewind. You're frightening the person pulling the lever.
Yeah, frighten the person pulling the lever, still saying the same thing, trying to just like get some reason into the crowd and into the situation.
Okay. So the lever is not being pulled as that person automatically lost their saving throw. You hear Marcus once again going, We're good. God, you can let it go. At this point, let's get Green to roll me a d20. Guys are ruining my stuff, having to replay it over and over again.
All right.
Hey, it added a lot of tension.
Now let's
Come on.
pretend I didn't cast invisibility.
And the
on
tension
Alyssa.
didn't exist. Didn't need to
Well,
exist.
but it did for a moment.
Okay.
I don't
What'd you
know.
get?
7.
Same fucking thing happens. You see an arrow just and complete. That's the exact same number that I think that Matt rolled. That's amazing.
Destiny happened.
That's amazing. Cool. You see the guards that are on you, Adeem, look out and see, and you rolled a nat 20 on that. Awesome. So Adeem, you and the guards both turn around from this scene for a second that's being taken place, and seeing from where it's being shot at. The guards, I'm sure they're not rolling a nat 20. Ooh, they rolled really well.
Rolling in that 20. So.
They didn't roll nat 20, but they rolled well enough. They both yell, "Top window, go!" And you see Adeem, a figure in the window opposite. It was a tough shot. It was easily 250 feet upstairs in a house across the street. You see a bow being pulled back from the window. Adeem, you specifically see a covered face with a bandana that you had seen the previous night before you left.
Was it one of the sailors?
No.
Oh, but the previous night before I left. Excuse me, I wasn't listening.
It was someone. It was someone at the
Process.
well that Aaron was talking to.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right.
You see the rest of the guards run out in that direction,
Including the ones on me.
not include. I'll say one of them goes and one of them stays on you.
All right.
And I'll say, okay, so now at this turn, it is your turn, I believe.
All right.
Does that sound right?
I think I don't know. I'm lost, but yes, because you're the
So
DM.
am I. It's your turn. I'm the DM. It's your turn.
Okay, so sure, it's my turn. There's one guard on me. How far am I away from being underneath the scaffold? Can I get underneath it?
Sure, absolutely. You'd have to get by the one guard in front of you, but yeah.
If I just take a hit, can I get by him?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna. I mean, is he looking at me or looking over there?
He's probably like his weapons trained on you, but he's staring out to the other people who are trying to get the person that was in the window.
Okay, so I am going to attempt to move like before you can hit me. like just like
Yeah.
I'm not sure you want me to do a stealth roll, but I want to get away from
Well,
it.
do you want to just take the dodge action as you're running?
Yes.
What's
That's
your
fine.
intention here? What are you
My
wanting to do? You want
intention
to get
is
into there?
to get underneath the scaffold and plant my trident in the ground underneath the trapdoor. Because a trident's between 6 and 7 feet long, and it should make it so that she won't fall far enough.
So she has something to step on.
Because the platform's here, right? And if the trident's here, and the trapdoor's here, it should stop it from.
You're trying to keep the trapdoor from falling down.
Yes.
Got it.
And if I
Okay.
plant in the ground, it should stop it partially to give her some more time or give Titian some time, and
Yeah.
I won't be using magic.
You got it. Cool. Yeah, I would say if you want to take the dodge action to do that.
Yes.
So if you did that and then planting that in the ground, I would say, because there's some like activity to it, I would say that's your bonus action, honestly.
That's
If you're
fine.
cool with that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So cool. Dodge action, attack on you with disadvantage as you're running by. That is a cool 10 to hit.
It misses. I have a 15.
So you parry around it, run up, grab your trident, stab it into the ground. I'll say in this moment, as Marcus just maneuvers by all the guards to go and try to pull it. Um, uh, uh,
Can I,
go ahead.
can I get my bonus? Because that was an. Do I have a regular action? Because I get 2 attacks.
That's your action. That's not your attack. That was your action. You're
Right.
taking the dodge action.
Okay, so I don't have
Right.
anything else. Okay.
Unless you wanted to action surge.
I would.
Yeah, go for it.
I will action surge because I want to take one of my daggers and I want to shove it into the wood above me, trying to block it so it doesn't even fall at all. Like if I jam it between the trapdoor and the actual scaffold.
Okay. I'll say I'm not going to give you the action to do that. The concept of what you were doing is going to work.
Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just finding out she was never tried. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Physics wise, I think you nailed it. I like the creativity of enough. I'm not gonna even put a roll on it. Cool. Crazy. So Marcus, I'm gonna give it this. Marcus is making his way through the guards as far away around you as he can. I think he's even gonna take a chance to actually like step off the stage and come back on the stage to come over to the side to pull it himself. However, Titian, you do have a turn before that happens.
Okay. I mean, I'm still surrounded by guards, right?
You are totally surrounded by guards. So if you want to say I delay my turn, you can certainly do that.
I mean, I think I'd delay my turn.
You got it.
Yeah.
Cool. You hear Marcus from the other side just go, some things you just have to do yourself. And he pulls the lever. The trapdoor slams down onto the trident, digging it deeper in. You see Denmother slip, but find that her ankle kind of like catches onto the side there. And because it would catch her ankle. Cool. Yeah, she's good. So you see it catches to the side of her ankle. And she's now at just a low enough sort of space to be able to reach out to you, Titian. Titian, you feel a skeletal hand on your leg.
Mm-hmm.
This is a trade. Not on anything that's going to be necessarily like physical or trait or anything that even is necessarily lasting. But she is one second, we got someone speaking in the background. Okay.
It's my son's.
All good.
Mute.
Actually, here's what we'll do. I'll switch it up a little bit. Titian, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Okay, that will be a 15.
15 is not enough. You hear a voice in your head that says, "Thank you, child. I appreciate the effort. Sleep and dream of better days." Titian, you fall unconscious.
Do I lose any hit points or anything like that, or is this a?
We'll handle that in a second. But
Yep.
you just collapse to the ground. Bright, sunshiny day out, friends. all of a sudden, you hear a crack of thunder. Adeem, as you peer out under the scaffold and you look and you see the sky itself, clouds have seemed to kind of form in. This is the middle of the day, bright sunshiny day, no reason for this to happen. Bixeldan, you see Alyssa stop in her tracks in her invisible form, go out of invisibility. Both of you are staring out. Bixeldan, you're not really sure what you're looking at as you see just the weather starts to kind of get a little nuts. But you see Alyssa look up at you with her big 5-year-old eyes, terrified. I can't feel it. It's gone. It's gone again. You see her continue to run across the bridge. As she does so, Bix, you recognize you're about, like, if you're following her, you're running into a crowd of people who are not like in goblins. What are you doing?
What do I see? Like Gallo-wise.
You see a crowd of people and a 5-year-old kid running towards them. Gallo-wise, you see. Yeah, I'll give it to you. You see a Leonin on the ground.
I am going. How far am I from him?
Very far.
Okay.
Like 200 feet.
Okay, can't do it. I'm just trying to hide my face and chase her. I'm trying to keep her from trouble right now.
Okay. All right. As you do so, I think what you feel is the weight of your all-purpose tool all of a sudden just seems to get heavier as you're making your strides. Ianthe, you're right behind him. What are you doing?
I was chasing after Alyssa. Do I see a Leonin on the ground?
It depends on how close you think you were past them. I mean, you can out. Well, I don't know if you can outrun, but it's your call. I'm going to give you kind of the.
I would say I was probably like a good 5 seconds behind, maybe 10.
Okay. We'll say you're just rounding the corner in this instance. As you are looking out, you see Alyssa, clear as day, running into the crowd, and Bix, the goblin, running after her into the crowd.
And I don't see Tishian.
It's up to you if you think that's something that you would pay attention to. I think that's jarring in and of itself.
Probably not.
You know what I mean?
Probably not. Yeah. No, I'm still going after them.
You got it. Great. Grian and Aaron, I need perception checks from both of you. And if you're muted, make sure you're unmuted. Just have a feeling I'm going to say that.
24.
Nice.
16.
Nice. Cool. For both of you, you see the clouds start to kind of come in. And from your vantage point, you can't see the crowd, but what you can see is the bridge. And Aaron, you see Alyssa clear as day running across it. As you saw Bixeldan kind of ran out, and you see Bixeldan running across the bridge as well. I'm going to give you something extra, Aaron, with that 24. But say, Grian, you also notice this. So actually, I'm going to say, Grian, you act first. I'm going to give you, Aaron, something.
Okay. In my head, I wasn't like playing the scene out because I think neither I or Aaron actually left the inn.
Yeah, you're still in the inn, but you have a window. You can clearly see.
Got it. Okay.
What's going on? So you see the bridge.
Grian would probably just be like, "Oh shit!" and he would like run. He would run out the room, making sure that the door's shut behind him and that everything's fine with Danzig. I'm sure Danzig's freaking out too.
You got it.
But like, rip the door open. And
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're in a separate room. I apologize. And that room, that window is closed. So we'll just switch it to Aaron. I apologize. So Aaron, you, I will say, Grian, with a 16, you do hear that
and so
thunder,
like
and that's weird. But Aaron, you feel like for the most part the raven that's with you, you've been able to command fully. You see the raven before you asking it to do anything, just goes out the window, soaring out to this scene, and you see as a puff of feathers just come down, and those themselves disappear.
I'm gonna pull a tissue and jump out the window, and then run.
Are you saying in the Grian?
Straight towards.
You know,
the
Grian's
ground.
over in the other room, but you haven't.
Aaron's of few words. I don't think there would no. Just jump out and run. Sorry.
No, you're okay. That's all right. That's fair. This is what happens. So yeah, you jump out the window. Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. What is that? +3. Okay, so 11.
Cool. Awesome. You take 7 damage on your descent, but you land on the ground, just pick yourself up, and just immediately start kind of running towards it. As you run towards that, you see, Grian, you rolled a 16, but the doors are shut. The walls are closed. The walls are closed.
I mean, Danzig's clearly panicking, right? Like, that's a good. Like, how is he responding to all this?
Danzig was dealing with a scene that has never been an issue before. So I fully think Danzig's not even giving you help here. That's the tricky part here. Yeah, I will say when we pick this up, you will probably be checking the other room, but you're going to be at least a full turn behind, because that's the situation we're in.
So as a magical creature, Danzig isn't affected by this?
Danzig's not close enough.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was wondering that.
I wasn't sure how far Aaron's familiar yet.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So as this is happening, coming back to Adeem, you were under and we're going to probably end it with you. Adeem, you're under the scaffolding, and that limits your visibility. You see the trapdoor didn't like your what you did seemed to work. What you sorry, I'm going to mute you until we're ready to jump into something. There's so much that's going on that I think there's no way to just say it. This just happened. So I'm going to rely on a perception check here. So Adeem, go ahead and give me a perception check. And I'm going to say the DC is 15 because it's odd.
13.
Okay. Actually, I think then this is the best way to look at this. Denmother Yudris told you to dream, or to sleep and to dream, Titian. Titian, what is your dream as we close out tonight?
I'm assuming it would be a positive dream of some sort. I don't think it would
That's
be
completely
anything
up to
like
you. It's your.
that. I think just to sort of like borrow the camera, I
Please
think
take it.
the camera zooms in, and I think what you see is this house full of clutter, not dirty, mind you, but just a house with a lot of things, maximalist approach, you could say, knickknacks and hobbles. A house that's well loved with a lot of sort of memories around it, pictures. You see as there's just noise outside of the corner. It's a bright sunny day, lights coming through the windows. It feels warm on the skin. It's about mid morning. You can see sort of like breakfast being made. Just two slices of toast, one with a piece sort of like bitten into, and you just sort of, as the camera zooms in on this carpet of a intricate pattern, you see this young Leonin, um, about equivalent of 3 years old, not wearing a shirt, just wearing a pair of pants. And you see in his hands, he's holding a bell that he's flicking in front of him. And each time he flicks, it's the just noise of thunder. And that's it.
So beautiful. Because I am gonna take the camera back. As you're flicking this bell in your mind, you're hearing that sound reverberate. Ding, ding, ding. We zoom out outside of your mind as we come out, and we still hear that ding, ding. And the camera shifts upwards towards the church. As next to the church, right in front of the graveyard that's surrounding it, we see a very large brass bell. Ding, ding. And as it makes its final movement, we cut to black. And with that, we will end tonight's session. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you next week.